Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Real Talk Bougie, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome. I was trying to find one of my video clips, but of course I'm just like, where is it? Oh, this one right here. Okay. Um, yes. Okay. Welcome back to my channel. This is Real Talk Bougie, and we are getting caught up on the Ernest Williams case. Ernest Williams, you know who he is. As the New York Post reported on today, they called him a serial scammer, a alleged serial scammer. Um, where in the county of Fulton, the district attorney named Fonnie Willis, she says everyone can get it. Okay. Everyone can get it. Guys, welcome back. We are here for some more. It's the lunch hour, guys. My dog literally stole my lunch. But see, God don't like ugly. As he was trying to steal my plate, it did fall, but it didn't all fall. So I got a little bit of it. I was making some shrimp so I could make my version of a po' boy. And the dogs bamboozled me. They were outside and they rang the bell. Lambo is trained. Excuse me. Lambo is trained on a bell, and he and Portia were outside and they let me know they wanted to come in. I went to go get them in. No sooner do I lock up, I hear my fork fall on the floor. And I was like, no, not my lunch. Oh, so I'm running in the kitchen, and thank God my plate was still there, but he managed to get a few of my shrimp to fly off the plate. Because he must have pawed it and some of the shrimp. So I was like, you know what? And I had still had some shrimp that were doing in the pan. So I let them cool off, but I usually don't like to reward thievery by the dogs. So if they're gonna steal, then they're gonna just have to deal with you're not having any. So and none of us gonna have none, right? So that's what happened. Granny the Great, thank you so much for supporting. Okay, thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate you and getting here first. Period. Val and Nola Brown and Val Baby 921 cell number 504. Thank you so much. And Jenny Norwood, thank you for a new member. And who else? We have Summer Breeze. Can you peek at your IG messages? I sure can. Look at the cute baby. That looks like a Yorkie to me. Okay, let's see.
I'm the mistress.
I'm gonna put you guys on hold for a second. Let you listen to Sonya.
I'm the side chick. Thank you, boo. I'm the mistress. I'm the side chick. Okay? Good. Now stop saying it because I'm going to agree with you. I'm the mistress. I am the side chick. I am any.
Okay, I love it. Thank you, because that's exactly what I needed.
I'm the mistress. I'm the side chick. Okay? Good. Now stop saying it because I'm going to agree with you. I'm the mistress. I am the side chick. I am any and everything that will make you feel better about yourself. If you feel that I need to be called that, that's fine. I will be that for you. Side hand, I'll be.
One more time. That little jacket is killing me.
Stop saying it because I'm going to agree with you. I'm the mick. Okay? Thank you, boo. This girl. Okay, girl, look. Because he's upstairs. You're the mistress, girl. Okay, girl, look. I'm the mistress.
To the person who asked me to check my Summer Breeze, is your name Summer Breeze? How am I gonna find you, sis? Because literally, when I opened up I haven't been on my IG all day, and it's off the damn chain. There's a lot. She whiz. I don't even think I was in there yesterday, possibly. So I don't know who is who. Can you message me, Summer Breeze, if it's you? Okay, maybe this is you. Okay, here we go. I see you. Okay. Let's see. Um, you bubbled me up. To I see what you're saying, sis. Just wanted to, okay. You know what? Great minds think alike because I was somebody dropped the link to her specific story um in the chat. Just a second, guys. Give me just a second. Okay, guys, my bad. Thank you to the sis who messaged me. I appreciate you for looping me in. Okay, guys, how's everybody doing? What's everybody eating for lunch? There was someone who had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to ask me why it takes so long for my shows to get started. And you know what I said? And you know what? That chicken shitted person decided to delete their comment. I believe it might be back. They might have just been deleting it, trying to get a little bit more, even more extra snarky with me. And I was gonna answer before they deleted their comment. And they wanted to know why it takes me so long to get started. And I said, well, when you start putting some content on your channel, I'll come over there and ask you why you do what you do. Okay. That's exactly what I said. And then I couldn't make the comment go through, which means that they were either editing it or deleted it. Um, so I don't know if it's back or not, but I promise you, if you're out here and you're listening right now, you might want to delete it if you like to stick around here, because you're just gonna have to make up a new name. I promise you, I'm gonna delete it. Depending on how I feel later, I might just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just come on now. Like questions like that isn't going to make me do anything different. I am a one woman show here, okay? And most people who come here enjoy it very much. And that's what we're going to focus on are the people that love what we do here. This is a commentary channel, and if you're looking for quick news and updates, this is not the quick news and update channel. So I suggest that you swerve. Okay. Go find them wherever they are and they might be. This is not it. Okay. That's that's my answer for you. If you don't like it here, I just gave you some options. Okay. And we're gonna keep it very cute. Okay. We're gonna keep it cute on today. Tomorrow I might be cussing somebody out, but on today we're gonna keep it very nice and cute and just say swerve. Okay. Because this ain't it. If I'm not what you like, it's okay. It's okay. You can go ahead and scooch over and make room for somebody else, right? Okay. Lunchtime with Bougie Gang. Yes. Someone just gifted. Is that Reef and Muff's mom? Hold on. Reef and Muff's mom. Thank you. Just gifted some friends. And we have Marsha. Is it Shalom? Marsha, shalom. Shalom, sis. How are you, my dear? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so happy to have you. Thank you for joining us. And Reef and Muff's mom on per, how generous to gift 5 friends in the chat on a Friday. Thank you so much, sis. We appreciate that oh so very much. Guys, we already know Fonny said everyone can get it. And excuse Nathan sitting there. That's just old from when Fonny was up on the stand. So don't pay attention. Last time we saw Nate, Sir was very happy because his Boothang just won her party's election to run in November. She won her primary. Okay. And Sir was very happy in a very well tailored suit. Okay. He was not playing. Guys, yesterday and on today, we have been talking about the shenanigans of late. We have been talking about the good old PGR shenanigans, and that is Pine Grove Road. Erica King, it was reported by our good sis Pam that Erica was going to get a 5-year suspended sentence in exchange for information, cooperation, and testifying. So that is very interesting to hear. Um, and oh my God, that was a game changer right there. Reef and Muff's mom, let me find your gifts. Let me see if I can find it. I put the red G Wagon in the chat. Um, let's see. Okay, Gina Girl just gifted someone. Gina Girl gifted healed 75. Thank you, Gina Girl. Is it Gobi Love? Thank you so much for the member milestone. Marsha Shalom, sis. Um, our new member, and I don't see the gifted from Reef and Muff's mom. I don't see them in the chat. Who got gifted from Reef and Muff's mom? Did you guys see yourselves in there? Um, I see it. I don't see the actual gifts. Those who got gifted, unless I'm missing them. I don't see them. Okay. But I'm sure they did get gifted. But Reef and Muff's moms, thank you so much for that. And if you got gifted by Reef and Muff's mom, could you please just give them a some hearts or some I love you very much emojis from your member emojis and let them know that you appreciate that. Work in progress just got gifted by CW. Thank you so much. Um Okay. All right, guys. The title of this live, because we went over a lot today. What did we learn this week? I feel like a lot happened. A lot happened. Um, and I wanted to hear from you guys. So I'm going to drop the link. And that way, any of you guys who are on lunch right now can call in and let us know what you learned this week. Because I feel like a lot of people, many people learned a lot because so much happened, right? Um, and let me see. Okay, let me change the landscape a little bit. Okay. We learned a lot. We learned a lot about Rico. Um, if you did not see this report, let me try and show this report again. Just a minute. Let me change. I'm a little okay. All right, here we go. Um, there's the StreamYard link. Let me link it above. Okay. I never understood why people complain about certain channels or any. It's just a troll. It's someone who's not doing. Look, even if it is someone who's doing what I'm doing, at the end of the day, go do your own damn thing then. You know what I'm saying? Either way, if you're doing it how I'm doing it, you've got 10 times the subscribers, you've got 10 times less. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I really don't benchmark people on what I would do because I mean, I'm a Virgo. I would never just on some me as an individual and just me who I am in terms of like in the universe as far as like even just like my Virgo kind of attributes. Um it's just it's giving ew. So, but it's still funny nonetheless because, people do feel some type of way sometimes about certain things. Go get a sandwich, go get a drink, go find something to do. Um, like this is not, people are really trained. There's a lot of people who have been trained by the dog and pony show of the world, and they are used to things being a certain way. And I think that as you become more aware of life and who you are in and your surroundings, you will be less troubled by your expectations. Everyone is not going to do what you think they should do and or how you think they should do it. The sooner that you come to grips with that as a certified adult, the happier you will be. Right, Q? I see you in the chat, Q. Um, okay, let go of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like some things are just duh. If you don't like how I do things, why don't you wait till after I finish my lives and then just come back, put it on 1.25 or scroll past the parts you don't prefer. I mean, that's what I used to watch a mommy channel that I reacted to for a long time. And I knew that when she would go live, she wasn't going to start talking. I don't even know if she was aware, but she wouldn't even start talking for about 15 minutes. She would be doing her makeup. She would be saying hi to everybody. She have to get her kids wrangled. Sis had 9 kids. Okay. She would have to get her kids wrangled, all kinds of mess. Right. I always knew to come back like a minimum 10 minutes, 15 minutes before she even would get started. Like, that's it. Now, there were people who used to troll and comment and say silly things like that because they want a reaction. They want to be talked about. And rather than say something intelligent, some people are just used to negative attention. Anyway, we're not going to give it any more shine. Um, that's it. It's cute. Okay. It's giving. Okay, nobody cares. Um uh and that's Nestos Rico, and that's if ma'am can stay on track, because that lady, if someone says one thing to take her off track, it's either going to be a cry session, it's going to be a I need lunch. Can y'all get me together some lunch and some gas money or whatever? Anyway, that's sad. Who said something about girl? I did not know that they called I don't know why they called Dennis turtleneck like that. Now that's mean. See, that's why the men don't come around here. Some people need to figure okay, let me be quiet. Let me stop. Let's get back on topic. Um Y'all getting ready to get me all the way off track. Okay. Let's stay on point because we might have new people come through and they'll be like, what are these people talking about? Okay, guys, let's get into it. What did we learn this week? I dropped the call in. If anyone wants to call in, you are welcome to do so. Um, what did we learn this week? I'm gonna keep a list real quick. Number one thing we learned this week is it's not I was gonna say something petty again, but I'll save that one for later. Um, Number one, Erica. I'm gonna go with Erica King. She's my number one 5-year deal. Okay, she got a 5-year deal. Anybody? I did just get a note from a sis who said she was trying to super chat earlier today and it just would not let her. When that happens, you got to either click out the live, sometimes click out the complete app and disengage it. I mean, swipe it up, whatever you have to do in your type of phone, and then re-engage it. So relaunch it, right? There it could be glitching. So you could be caught up in like an old version that's not working for your phone anymore. Okay. So make sure that if you are glitching and things are not connecting, go ahead and handle that business. Okay. Let me do this real quick. We have a caller, guys. Just a second. Hi, Louisa. according to those charges on another case, the person's name that I rejected. Okay, Louisa, you're gonna have to turn me off in your background, hon. They, that's the information the state rejected. In blue, that's what I rejected. Louisa, you're listening. Hey, Louisa, you're gonna have to turn me off in the background. Okay, we've got a caller backstage. Backstage caller. If you want to come aboard, number one, I hear you listening to this morning's episode, and that is awesome. Did I uploaded the StreamYard, right? Somebody must have clicked it and not known that they were going to go live. Okay, it's a good thing I did not put them on front stage because you could see their ceiling fan and everything. You could see. Okay. Number one thing, what we learned this week, Erica King. Oh, back to reset your cell phones, guys. It could be glitching. Maybe you're on your computer. I'm not sure. So to the sis, I messaged you back. I'm so sorry, and I appreciate you thinking of me and wanting to send me a super chat. And I'm sorry I missed it. But maybe reset the app will help. So, but I did answer that person back. So if you guys, if that person's back, I appreciate you so much. We have a caller, guys. Let's see who it is. Dee Dee. Hello. Dee Dee, you're on mute.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Dee Dee.
I
What's
was
going
just
on?
turning off. I was turning off the live, so you answered as soon as I was trying to click off that tab.
Oh, no
I am
problem.
good. I am good. I just want to say hello. I
Hey.
cannot believe our events that has happened this week. Is
Oh my
very
God.
surprising. I feel like that we have met the chameleon that is Erica King.
Mm-hmm.
I am afraid that if they don't have any other things on her, she's just going to morph into someone else and get back on the grind again because she did not seem the least bit worried about being in court and
Mm-mm.
pleading guilty.
Mm-mm.
That was hilarious to me. So,
Look, because I think she knows based on which, because she has not, like, oh, let me drop my disclaimer. She doesn't have clean hands. And I think she also knows that what she is being offered is a very sweet deal. And yeah, I would be trouble free too. Cause I mean, look, if you could spend the last 2 years and not be in trouble, maybe not the last two, but let's just say since she exited Fulton County and she's been able to be drama free and it's a choice to get involved in activity that's going to put you in jail, then you know you could do it for 5 years, however long the stipulation is for a 5-year suspended sentence. Why not? You know what I mean? I'd be happy too.
yes.
I'd
Yes,
be happy too.
but my fear is that's only because she have other things in her back pocket to try. Because
What
she
do you
is a
mean?
lawyer. She is
No, she's not a
a real
lawyer. A
estate. No,
lawyer
I'm
has to
just
have an
saying. I'm just
education and
no,
license.
no, no.
Okay.
I'm being funny. I'm being facetious. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay, got it.
I'm
Okay.
just saying. She has played a lawyer on TV. She's played
Mm-hmm.
a realtor. She's played this. She's been a notary. She's done all these jobs, so she can easily morph into a new job. She just needs the time to.
But she can't though. Like all jokes aside, she really can't. Even though the main stipulation was she shouldn't have a fiduciary responsibility. But I would imagine even as a notary, she could not get a notary. Um, she couldn't do some of these things with her background. As a notary, you have to have a background check. There's no way she would get a notary commission to sign documents after you've played a lawyer and you've got felonies pending on your background check. Uh-uh. It won't
Right.
happen.
But remember, Fran, when they did go into the house, she had different notary seals. That's what they said in the police report. So it
Right.
wasn't
You're
her
saying she
notary
could do
seals.
it. So are you saying that Erica King will do something to actually mess up her 5-year deal? Is that what you're saying? She's going to
I'm
just go
just
back to her
saying,
old ways, which would put her in
in my
prison anyway.
opinion,
Mhm.
Well, what I'm just saying, in my opinion, now that she was able to basically skate, and I'm sorry, y'all, my husband keep going out the door, and my alarm keep going off.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
If you hear that, but I was just thinking, I just feel that she may get a new career. She may become someone else because those things she was doing, you know, it caught up with her. So now there's other careers, that like the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's who she reminds me of. And
Mm.
that's,
Catch me if
I
you
just
can.
don't know that if it's all the way over with her yet.
Well, she's going to end up in jail. I think Fonnie Willis is not someone to play with. If she wants to do that, she can do that. And if she gets found out, she'll just be in prison.
I know, I know.
She'll have the 5 years on top of something else. So I mean, that would be on her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know Erica from a hole in the wall. So, but yeah, that's definitely like. So Joey even said she seemed. This is my words. She seemed a little sussy. He said she was frightening because of how disarming she actually is. So how pleasant, how agreeable, how normal she seemed to have been in this type of, engaging in that type of behavior. So he thought that it was kind of weird that she seemed so disarming, having been into so much. So yeah, maybe it is all just a show, an act to get what she wants. But I would think that she must be leading them to some good information for them to have given her a deal like that. No matter what it is, it must be good
I mean,
information. You know what I mean? You there, Dee
yeah,
Dee?
I know. I know. This it's just interesting. It's like with all of us, we're just really interested in seeing how all of this is going to play out because for the longest, the focus has really been on Nesto and all of his shenanigans. But to see her live and in person and the way she stood beside Pam, the way I mean, it was
She
just
was so
really
comfortable. She was
interesting to
like,
me.
"Hey guys, what's up? Hey Angel
Yes.
X,
And
how
it's
y'all doing?"
I was like, is she gonna ask Pam to be her lawyer or something? That's how cool she was, To me, that's what I was thinking, when I watched the video. So I'm just really curious to see how this is gonna, play out. And, of course we are waiting for the trial, but yeah, it's just interesting to me, friend. And I'm listening and watching, taking notes, and enjoying the ride with everybody else. I just
Absolutely.
wanted to come
Yeah.
up and say, because I was like, no, she's not just the queen of the South. This is a chameleon. This girl, she's serious about
Yeah, I mean,
herself.
she does morph. It's giving a little bit of shapeshifter. I mean, I don't even know. But I mean, as far as the mouth and the nose, it's undeniable. Like I've never had a doubt in any of the pictures I've seen of Erica King looking as different, going from looking crackheadish to looking, you guys hold on just a second for me. 1 second. I have a call I gotta take real quick.
But me, I get dogged out all the way around. Nasty Nesto. What the fuck? I'm telling folks, man, I ain't did nothing with these folks, man. Hold on, no.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me nasty
You know what?
Nesto.
You know what?
What?
It's funny that you said that you just brought back some memories. So when you said that, when I told you, I think on a couple phone calls back. Remember I told you, I said, you know what they call you right here? Yeah, you said what? And I said they call you Nasty Nestos, right? However I said it. So
Yeah.
they don't took my voice.
I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215407, at our last hearing, the state did move to null process or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
No.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto or some
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto or some shit I ain't do. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Okay then. Okay then.
What that mean? In 2 weeks I get some?
I don't know nothing about that. I mean, I'm on recorded line, so I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. I can't even get to that far. Nothing about that. I mean, I'm on recorded line, so I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. I can't even get to that far. Yeah. Sorry. Yep. So anyway.
Wow.
I got you. I feel you on that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What kind of shirt you got on now? What is it?
Goodbye.
Okay, Dee Dee, I'm sorry. I got a call. I had to take that real quick. My bad.
No
So tell me
problem.
what
No
else.
problem. I was just, really that was the main thing for me this week. I did watch your video a little bit earlier, but I got to go back and revisit because
Watch it from the beginning. Like
I
watch it
have
from
to.
the beginning because there's a lot of information in there. And you will not be disappointed. I'm telling you. We got the
I
witness
cannot
list has been
believe.
posted.
I can't believe
And
it.
we didn't go all the way through it. We're gonna go all the way through it. So yeah, and I got the whole copy of it. So I had it this morning. So we went through it pretty much line by line, but we'll go through it a little bit deeper. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow morning over some coffee. But we went through kind of like the preliminary and it's quite interesting. Steve Harvey's on there. So, and then the pastor that married them, and of course all the people that we expected to be on there. We did not see Ty the jeweler. Sheridan is not on there. Who else did they ask was she on there? So they asked about Ty, they asked about Sheridan, they asked about somebody else. I can't think of who it is right now. They asked was Sonya on there, and absolutely not. Yeah, it was interesting. You're gonna like it. It was very juicy. So definitely go. Lamont was not on there. You said Lamont may be a Cody. Somebody said Lamont may end up being a Cody. Oh, okay.
I
So what
think a
else?
few people that's not showing up on the list are actually going to be a part of the Rico. It's going to be very interesting to see that,
Boo boo
that
baby.
part.
Okay. I
But
I would take the
another
witness
thing,
list. Uh-huh.
I just noticed something this morning. This is my last thing because I'm on my lunch break and I'm about to have to clock back in. But I noticed the shirt that Shirley was wearing, and I'm gonna try to send it to you because I'm on your IG, but I don't know how to send you a message. You'll be interested to see what it says on her shirt. It's a shirt, it's a black and white shirt. One of the other content creators was basically doing a recap of your video of this morning.
Who?
And when I looked at that shirt,
Who was recapping my video this morning?
oh, I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Is that
I mean,
bad?
if it's my video, I would like to know since you mentioned it. It can't be a secret if they're gonna actually use my video.
Well, she didn't use your video. She was talking about it.
Oh,
Like
I
she
mean,
was just
that's okay. We
recapping what
talk
she's
about.
saying. But what I'm saying is the picture she showed of Shirley and Nesto, the shirt that Shirley was wearing. Remember we talk about Danielle Diamonds? It says
Yes.
Drammond Diamonds or something like that. I took
Where's
a
the shirt?
screenshot of it. I took a screenshot of it, but I don't know how to get it to you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I
So
said,
all you have
wait
to
a
do is hit
minute.
message on Instagram. All you have to do is hit message.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know if your messages were blocked and it was just your channel. It says, I'm looking at it right now. It
On
says
Instagram?
Damon. Yeah, it says Damon Diamonds. And remember, we a while back, everybody was going back and forth about was it Danielle Diamonds? Was it misspelled on the check? Remember the check name, the name on it on the check? And now I'm looking at this shirt. I just thought it was interesting. I'm gonna
This
send it
is
to
so
you.
weird. Okay, and it says Drammond Diamonds.
It's Damon.
Well,
DAMON. with apostrophe
That's
MAN
what Shirley
diamond.
has on her shirt.
That's what she has on her shirt. And when I saw it, I said, "Oh my gosh, I got to show friend somebody." And I was like, "I need to figure out how to get this to you so you can look at it."
Well,
Because
are you on your
remember, that's
phone
been
for Instagram or you're on your computer for Instagram?
I do both. So which
No,
one
I'm
I need
asking
to do?
you, like, what device are you using at this moment? Because I can't give you, if I give you
I'm on
one
a
set of
laptop right
directions
now.
and you, okay. So if you're using your laptop and you want to send a file, you're going to click, I don't even know if you can do that. You want to send a picture, you're going to click the square that looks like a picture in between the microphone and the heart. So at the bottom of the right hand of the screen.
Now, question: is this for your Real Talk Bougie page?
Yeah, it's on whatever
I
page.
have to send it through. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
because
just want to make
any of
sure.
my Instagrams are for business, so I would never block my messaging. So anybody, if I'm on Love Lies and Lace Fronts, OSIP or Real Talk Bougie, you can send me a message, no problem. And yeah, so it's you can send me anything. That's fine. So yeah, my messages are not blocked. I don't play around with my social media. Social media is for business. Somebody might come to play with me, but I don't play with y'all. Dee Dee, I'm gonna check my messages, and when you send it through, I will pull it up. Okay. Wait, maybe Dee Dee put me on hold. Dee Dee, I'm gonna
No,
put
I'm
you on
sorry. I
hold.
did.
Oh, okay.
I put you
Oh,
on mute
okay.
so that I can send it, but I'm sending it now. And thank you for allowing me to come up. And I'm gonna go ahead and clock in on
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dee Dee.
your show. So, and I
Okay.
just want you to say one thing: bullet holes and check. That's all I need to give me
Bullet
through.
house. But and say what?
Chaka. Gotta get
Oh,
that
check.
chaka.
Yeah, Friday is check day. It's yeah, got to get that check. I don't have it in me right
Take
now.
care,
I'm gonna
man.
just give me a minute and I'm gonna say it. Okay.
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 Bye.
Thanks, Dee Dee. Okay. Bye bye. Glorious. Glorious. Hey, boo boo.
Hey, just real quick, I'm all over these YouTube streets. I don't even know which account I'm under, but
It
just
says
real quick.
glorious. Hey,
Okay,
boo. How are you? Happy
okay, good.
Friday.
Thank you. You too. So I just wanted to ask. I think I saw Dre or Andre on the witness list. Is that not the same? Is Andre? What was it? Andre Grossi or something like that? Is
That
that
is
not
not,
Dre?
that's
That's
not
not okay.
Dre. That's not
That
the
that's
Dre. No.
okay. Well, I saw the name, so that's what I figured. Well, maybe he is on there. But another thing, my opinion, I've thrown it out there, and then I'm going to drop down. That Nesto is going to plead guilty.
Really? Okay.
It's my opinion now because
You think
everything has
he's
been
gonna
thrown
wait
at him.
6 months to plead guilty,
I,
or
no,
he's
no,
going to?
no. I don't think he's going to wait. I think that it's going to get to him after all of these reports are out and all of that stuff and all over the news again, and he realizes what his co-defender has quote unquote allegedly done. I think he's going to plead guilty because he's defeated. So I really do. I believe that. I believe he's just going to take it and plead guilty. I would not be,
Mm. But if he pleads guilty, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's gonna get a deal.
no. I think he's going to. I think he may be so defeated that he will face the consequences.
Wow.
Deal or
So
no
and
deal.
just and maybe beg for mercy and see what they
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
But if they're gonna give him a repeat offender, because that could be an old con man play. So it
Yeah.
could be, I'm old, I'm looking decrepit. Let me just say I'm guilty and see what y'all give me. He still could get 20 years.
Right. I think that deep in his heart, this is my opinion. Deep in his heart, he knows that he's going to be in locked up for the rest of his life.
Mm.
And I don't know what it's just his continence that I saw, and I don't know what it is. I just really feel that that he may be feeling that, and that he'll just say, I have nothing to live for right now, so I'm guilty. I'm just gonna plead guilty. I don't want to fight anymore, because if
Mm.
you look at what he has to fight against, let's be real. If you look at what he has to fight against. And I think that I started feeling that way after I saw the news, your last your last video with the news reports and stuff like that, and who he has coming against him.
Mm.
How do you fight that?
If he's, if he says he don't know nothing about that, he don't know them folks, it don't make no sense. I mean,
But he does know. I mean, we do. I mean, allegedly, he
I
does
mean,
know those folks.
we're just going based off of what he said at this moment, not what we think we know. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm also playing hostess here. So I'm saying, I'm going based off of what he's saying. I hear what you're saying. Um, I really don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he might want to go out and he might just want to make them prove their case.
I don't.
You know?
But what I don't, what I do believe that he may start, naming names. But I, I do think that he might carry some other people down with him. But I do believe he's. That's just my opinion. I could be
No,
wrong.
I feel you. It's
just a
quite
feeling
like,
I
so
have.
you're saying, why not, if I'm guilty anyway, why don't I just go ahead and try and save my face and just take my fate?
Take my
Like,
faith
therefore, I don't.
and maybe take some people with me.
Well, he
And
doesn't
maybe
have to though. If he goes out like that, he could just say I'm guilty and keep his mouth shut like a real triple OG. A
could.
bitch maid is gonna scrape the walls and take everyone out with them,
And
and
and which one do you think? And which one do you think this person
I
demonstrates
don't.
that?
I'm gonna be honest. I really don't have an opinion. I don't know. I know Nesto's case, and I know what we've heard, and I know what I've read. I don't feel like I know the inner
Right.
workings of this man, like me
Exactly.
personally. Some of you guys have a feel for it. I do know he's a liar, and I think he's a very much of a liar of convenience. But in terms of like his inner being and whether he wants to save face or I'm not sure. I really don't know.
If my opinion, I don't think that he had. Yeah, like I said, it's my opinion. And I could be wrong. I don't think he has courage enough to fight. I just don't see him as courage. I mean, I just don't see him as a stand up and courageous person who will fight for, who's brave enough to fight.
But
I
if
just don't.
you say
I
he's
think he's a
guilty,
coward.
why fight then? To your point, if your point is that he knows he's guilty and he's just going to go ahead and just clock out, why bother to fight then? He has maintained his innocence. Mostly if people who are guilty, there are people who are guilty and take a not guilty as a strategy and just let the state attempt to prove their case, right? And that's
Right.
valid. Um, I don't know that he really cares about. So from a compassion standpoint, I don't know that he cares like that. I don't think he cares. I think he cares more about who he is as a person rather than giving up the fight. I don't think he cares. This is so I guess if I were to have an opinion on what I think he might do, I don't know that he cares enough to care what people think. I think he seems to me more like the type, I'm going to let them prove it. I'm not going to ever claim guilt. If he's going to claim altogether guilt, then he's going to save the taxpayer money and he's going to just go ahead and take his sentence and go.
When
I don't see
when
him
he
trying to
waived
drag a whole bunch of extra people down.
when he waived to have his charges presented, and that's another thing that made me start feeling that when he
But
waived,
he's
I
done that
don't think
all
he has
along.
courage. I don't think he has courage enough to fight. I just don't think he does. I really
Yeah.
don't think he does. I think he's going to take my opinion. He would take the coward way out, even if he did feel he's innocent. He would take the coward way out and say, "No, I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to take this." I just don't see
Hmm.
him standing up. I don't see him facing all of these. After I looked it up, that list, and looked at who was the news press and all of that stuff. I don't see him as being brave enough to face all of that. I
I
just don't
mean,
think.
I think you definitely could be right. I mean, that's a definite possibility. He's going to have to do some soul searching to figure out what he wants to do. But if the state is not offering him any deals, then he's going to either have to take his guilty and let them read his charge, just like well, I'm trying to think of a case I saw recently where they didn't even want to go to trial. The guy just claimed guilty and they gave him his 25 years and he went on about his business. So
I
we
mean,
don't really know how it would pan out.
I can just only imagine once he hears the tapping on the wrist that his Cody got, he has got to know that, you know, that he was thrown completely, in my opinion, under the bus, and he has no. I mean, where is his recourse? That's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe
I
his
got you,
team
Glorious.
has
I
some.
don't think that that's going to have any there. Look, Fonny's doing interviews. It's being written up. They are
Yeah,
talking about it.
about it.
They are
Yes.
not going to give him any slack. The only maneuver that he has is to give what maybe they think he won't do, which is to go ahead and claim his guilty verdict or
Hmm.
his guilt and take his sentencing and move on. If he wants to save the taxpayers like, a couple $1 million,
Yeah.
then that's what he would do. I don't think he's not going to get anything from copping a
And,
plea,
and
like copping a
another.
guilty plea.
There's another thing he said early on in one of these calls. He said that it wouldn't be so bad. He alluded to the fact that it wouldn't be so bad if I could just take this and go on and go up the road, basically get out of this jail and go on. He kind of alluded to the fact he could deal with prison better, than being at that jail, because he can, he knows how to order his life in prison. He kind of alluded to something loosely like that. So, and I'm thinking of that as well. He may be facing the fact that he's as old as he is. He's going to get some time. I mean, I that's my opinion. He's going to get some time. So essentially, just take what he can and go on, and make the best of it in prison.
Yeah, I mean, look, his lawyer could go from a standpoint of my client says they're innocent, so I'm going to treat this as he's innocent. Or it could also be my client has told me that he's guilty, and we're going to just allow the state to do their case, and we're going to try to defend him as much as possible to try to strike down. Because there's plenty of people who, just because you're found not guilty doesn't mean that you're innocent of the crime. So we all
Right.
know
Right.
that. There's
Right.
plenty of people walking around today who've been found not guilty, and they're gonna figure out their strategy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's just kind of what it is. Is there anything else you want to know, or is there anything big
Nope.
that you learned this week?
Well, we're not going to get on the circus topic, so that's it.
No, we're sticking on Nesto. Yeah.
I'm done.
Even though
Other
that's
than that,
tertiary kind of, it's whatever, but no, we want to stick on this. We're not giving
no,
any kind of shine to
that's
that.
it. It's just that I think that
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he pleads. And you answered the
Well,
question
he's
about
gonna
whether
have to plead innocent or guilty, but you're saying plead what? Like, just be specific for the people that don't
guilty.
know.
I
Okay.
I would not
You
be
think he's gonna
surprised if
take a
he
guilty
pleads guilty.
plea?
Yes, I
Okay.
would not be
Okay.
surprised. After all of what I learned or what I saw, I would not be surprised if he pleads guilty, just to not face this. So, but that's it.
Okay. All right, dear. You take
Bye.
care. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Thank you. All right. Bye bye. Legacy Moon, you dropped off, sis. Come back when you're ready. Who dat? 504? Is that you, 504?
Yeah, no, it's who
Hey.
that. No, it's not that
Oh, who
504.
dat? Okay. Who dat 504? How are you?
How you doing, friend? Can you
I'm
hear
doing
me?
good. I'm
You can
doing
hear
good. How
me?
are you?
I'm good. I'm a little under the weather, but I just wanted to call
Oh
and
no.
yeah, I've been listening all week. Once again, you do an awesome job. I'm
You
going to
thank
step you up.
you.
You do an awesome job covering
Thank
the
you.
story. I've gathered where I can come to maybe you, Pam. Y'all just do an awesome job. So I just kind of wanted to tell you that and keep up the good work. And when I tell you a whole bunch of new it's a young channel now that is
Wait,
hit
your
the
phone
viewers
cut
like
out.
it has in the last couple of days. So you about
Wait,
to
you
have
said you're what?
I'm sorry, what you say?
No, your phone cut out. You said a whole bunch of new what?
New people, new followers. Now
Oh,
that the
yes.
news, yeah, now that it's hit the news like it has in Atlanta, just be patient. Us old gang, we probably gonna hear some of this information over and over for the new people. But you probably about to get a flood. You Pam and some I forgot, and Nyla. I hope uh,
We're gonna
everything
keep our
goes well
fingers
on her
crossed. We
end.
just have to keep our fingers crossed that everything goes
Yeah,
through in a
fingers crossed
positive
on
way for
that.
our
Yeah,
sis. Yes.
definitely
She
keep her in
deserves
prayer
it.
because I
She worked
enjoy,
really, really,
and she
really
does.
hard.
She does
Hmm.
deserve it. I know some people. I like going to her for the comedy aspect of it. I love it's just so funny,
She's so
Yeah,
sweet.
and Pam with the hood court. I love when she started that segment. The hood. I can't remember hood something. Hood
It's
law firm.
fun.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
fun. It really is. It
Hood
kind
and
of
ghetto.
hood and ghetto. Oh, I love that. I can't wait till the next one. I'm like, okay, this is my shits and giggles right here. I just love
When
it, and
when she was in front of the courthouse and said, "Oh, here's
oh,
Erica King, guys," I was
I
like,
was
"What?"
I was not expecting that. I'm like, oh my God,
Pam got us
is
on
she
that
really
one.
that? Oh, she did. Oh,
She
she
did.
did
She did
that one.
that. She
Yeah,
did
she would.
that.
Yeah. Oh, but you did your thing this morning with that witness list. I said, hold
I
up.
had to keep so
I said,
quiet
wait.
last night.
Oh, yeah, I could tell
Yesterday when
something.
I was
Your
live,
energy. Yeah,
there was
I was
something
like
that I
something.
saw it come across. Like I was just looking because I'm always looking, and
Right.
I saw it and I was like, ah, and I was like,
Yeah,
it
I
was
could
6 o'clock.
tell. Yeah, I
It
could
was
tell your
6 o'clock and the court
energy.
was already closed. But I was sitting there typing out my request form. I
Mm-hmm.
sent that thing at 6 o'clock last night. And then I got it first thing this morning. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah, I could tell your
okay.
energy kind of went different, but you like me. I don't let my left hand don't even know my right hand
That's
exists.
Bible. I didn't
That's
make that up.
it
That's
don't even
Bible.
I know.
That's
I knew
Matthew
that was
6 and
Bible,
3.
right?
That's Matthew
That's
6 and 3.
I don't
Okay.
know who thought that was made, but that's been going around for years. My mom, older, been saying that for years.
Yes,
Don't let your left hand
absolutely.
know what your right hand do.
Absolutely.
I never, but yeah, when I heard about the witnesses, I'm like, wait, hold on. You have not, but you don't have one, but you have two judges. Oh, we done with this. It's a wrap. You got two judges. I don't care who the other
Okay.
80 something
And
people are.
the laundry list of law
Uh,
enforcement coming to talk.
exactly. You have to understand when you bring in custodials in various municipalities and whatnot, the state got to, I can't even imagine what the cross examination would be of the two judges
They want the people from Bank
right.
of America, Barclay Bank. They're
It's
bringing in financial institutions, baby.
they're not
Stop
playing it
playing.
like I would
Stop
think
playing with these folks.
if I was Nesto, I mean he's gonna spend now here's the thing. He has a possibility of seeing the light of day, but it would be in like his 80s or
No,
something.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't
You
see
think
it
he's not
happening.
you don't think he's gonna make it past 80?
Oh, I don't know, hun.
For his living.
I
That's what I'm
don't.
saying. Right. If
Yeah,
he
no,
get
I can't
right,
even.
right. I
I'm talking. Let's say it like this. I don't
mhm,
see him getting out of jail.
at all. I see him getting out. This is all right. Let me rephrase it. I only see him getting out if he lives a long life. Like people living longer and
Ma'am,
to the 80 and
they
90s,
said
but
they
I don't
want to
know.
give him the maximum sentence. So if they're going to if the
So what's
prosecutor,
the
that doesn't
max?
mean the judge. Well, give me 1 sentence. Give me 1 second to answer.
Okay. Okay.
It does. So they're looking for maximum sentence on everything. It doesn't mean the judge is going to give maximum, but the prosecutors are asking for maximum based on his
Hmm.
past history. That
Right.
being said, he has a 39 count RICO. Let's just say it's 1 to 10 for each charge. Let's just say it's 1 to 10
Right.
on each thing. If they give him even the low on 39,
Hmm.
that's 39 years.
And how old
And
is
they
he?
said
Well, yeah, that
they
makes
said
yeah.
consecutive, not concurrent, which concurrent means they'll ball it all up into one package.
Right.
Consecutive is 1 year on 1 year
On
on
year
1 year.
right after
On top
right
of
exactly.
he still has sexual assault case to deal with, and he still has child pornography case to deal with.
That's true. That's true. That yeah.
He's like
I was
he
right.
said he's cooked. He said he's not getting out. He said that. So I'm going to just go based on what he said. I don't
True.
see it either. I'm just going to be honest.
True.
He's either going to be fully exonerated, which by the time he's fully exonerated, his health might be in such poor
Yeah.
condition. It will be unfortunate for him.
Right.
If he's fully exonerated, but I don't know that that's going to
I don't see.
happen.
Yeah,
He's
that's as
unable
far
to
gone.
articulate himself. He's very emotional, and
Hmm.
I just don't see him being able to. He gets so exasperated, and if his defense is different, if he behaves differently with Sean Hoover than he does with Sonia and the blogger, well then maybe he stands a chance, but we don't know.
Yeah,
We
I
don't
don't
know
think.
that,
Yeah, I
Nesto.
don't think. I I was trying to be optimistic on the side of maybe he get out if the law allows him to live longer years, outlive his sentence. Let me put it like that. That's the only thing. But you're right. He does have those other cases, and I think once they get him on this case, they probably is gonna. I don't know how long they can take on bringing the other cases.
I mean, they
But
could run simultaneously. He could
true,
be going from one
right?
courtroom to another. No, but seriously, it doesn't, as long as he can make his court, it does. I mean, one trial could be a week, one trial could be a month. You never know. I mean,
Yeah,
the
they can
cases
do
are
it.
running right now. So it might be the first one to schedule. They don't want to interfere with each other, but he could be,
True.
you never know. The essay, he might say I want fair, he might say I want a speedy trial. They could be in court, like let's say he got indicted tomorrow is June 1st,
Mhm.
right? Let's say he got indicted in June and he says he wants 3 months. He could be in
Mhm.
court by September with the
That's
essay.
true. I never understood.
Essay could play out before the RICO plays out.
Yeah, I never understood the logic of why he would want a speedy trial. You're not giving your defense
Well,
any
because
time
you're
to.
not a criminal, you are not,
Well,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's a different mentality. Like you have to
right.
you just have to like, one thing to me as far as thinking out the box as
Mhm.
another person is to leave all of your thinking behind. Don't even
Right.
think how you'd think.
Right. No, I understand. I was just being facetious. I'm like, why?
Oh, okay.
That's stupid to ask for a speedy
Well,
trial when you're not
he's
giving. Right.
stupid.
He's very. And I think I that phone call what he did with the other young lady, the other blogger, what the other YouTuber, where he had the different parts, part one, part two, when he was just talking. It if that's any indication of how he would be on a stand for his testimony,
Well,
that's crazy. Don't eat.
you
That's
see what happened
crazy.
to Alex Murdoch, and Alex Murdoch came
Right.
from a very distinguished long line of criminals, but all lawyers, all prominent, all rich, all everything.
Right.
And that man lost it on the stand. He acted like a complete fool. So if that could happen to
Right.
Alec Murdoch,
Right. Yeah.
Nesto is done.
I think the court reporter would just walk out. She wouldn't be able to understand nothing to type. We're like, what the hell are you saying? Like, I'm getting out of here. This is right. So,
So
but no.
what fascinated you this week? What was your big takeaway? Then I got to take I
Oh,
got
I'm
four other
sorry.
people on. No,
My
you're
big.
fine. What was your big
I'm
takeaway
sorry.
this week? What did you learn this
Um.
week?
What did I learn? Really, not too much. The thing with
You
Pam,
weren't
that was great.
fascinated by the Erica King's new look? The
That
witness
I'm about to
list. There's
say.
nothing new this week
No,
that
no, no.
happened that you
That's
were like, oh my God.
no. That's what I was saying. The
Mhm.
Pam with the Erica King.
Yes. Okay, that was your number
That was a
one.
nugget. Yeah, that was a nugget. And the witness list. When I go down that and I was agreeing with you. And this is the last thing I'm gonna let it go. There was no way Shirley Strawberry couldn't take the stand. There's no way. How would they prove that not taking the stand would implicate her? She would have to come in there and say, I plead the fifth. She would have to take the stand for the witness. I mean, for the state. There's no way Shirley could not take the stand.
She is the keys to a lot of the explaining. She may not have had a hand in
Exactly.
everything. She may not have asked Nesto.
Exactly.
She may have knew Nesto was getting a lawyer. Look, we're not even going to go down that dark hole right now.
Right.
Erica King says Shirley met her, but they also have Shirley on the witness list. Shirley is obviously not who they want. Let's just put it that
True.
way. Shirley's
True.
not who they
True.
want. They
Mhm.
don't. They must feel like Shirley is a victim of,
Mhm.
because for them to say Shirley was a victim as far as the bigamy is concerned, and they're giving her
Mhm.
victim on everything, and
Mhm.
everything that happened subsequently was her living within the lie of the fraud.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
That's probably
No,
how
I
it's to
agree
be
with you.
taken.
No.
Yeah. So
Most
she
times
didn't
at
have
99.
yeah, she
I'm
didn't
sorry.
really
Go
have any
ahead.
control of being in the fraud because she was immersed into the fraud when she married him. So that would probably be her level of involvement if that's what the state's going to go with. So,
Right. No, I totally agree. Most times
mm.
I'm right with you. We most times 98% I'm like, yeah, I agree with Frank. I see it the same way. Not agree, but
Yeah,
on the same page.
even if you don't, let me know, because sometimes it's like, oh, that's an interesting perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't all have.
Mhm.
I think sometimes we all agree, but we all
Mhm.
get to that in different ways, right? So that's
Exactly. Right.
interesting too.
Exactly. So
So
you're
yeah,
getting a different perspective. When I hear things, I'm like, I'm not sure. But then as you continue to explain, I'm like, it's kind of one of those, oh, I can see how she got to that conclusion.
right,
That it's
absolutely,
kind of like that. I
yeah.
can see how she got to that
That
conclusion.
there's
Okay.
more than one or two ways. There's more than several ways sometimes to get to the same conclusion. So,
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna
okay.
let you go. I'm not gonna hold you.
Thank you,
I'm gonna
sis. We
get back.
appreciate
No
you.
problem. You have a great one, and
You
congratulations
too.
to your daughter.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you
No
very much.
problem.
Okay,
Okay.
take care.
Bye
All right,
bye.
bye-bye. Okay, guys, just be patient. I'm gonna try and give everybody their time, but we're gonna try to keep it like maybe like 5-10 minutes a piece. Okay. Hi, sis. Hi, Shayna.
Hi,
Okay, Shayna, look at
Miss
your sexy
Morning.
pic. Okay, Shayna.
Yeah,
Girl.
I talked to
Okay,
you when
sis.
we were talking before because I was the one who told you, um, what I had with Sonia. I can't remember what I called her at the time. You had said something that was so funny. I can't remember what it was anymore.
Was it when we said she was an ST she was
Yes, an STD. Mm-hmm.
salty something
Yeah,
um
you.
stupid. Wait, hold on. I think I put it in here. I might have saved it. Uh Salty something. Oh, silly, thirsty, and dumb.
Yes,
Oh, that was you?
yes, that was me.
I
Yes, that
typed
was
it
me.
in here so I wouldn't forget because I knew I was
And
gonna
the
forget
thing
it.
is, we haven't heard from her in a few weeks. So hopefully, she's like, she got a little bit of water in her system. She's kind of coming out of that thirst because at
I
this
don't think
moment in time,
so. I'm gonna be honest. She's not. She loves that ninja. She does. For her to have done everything that she has done over the past few months, are you kidding me?
yeah,
She
she's a
loves
little
that
bit of
ninja.
she's a pick me shit for sure. But in this particular thing, like what surprised me this week was hearing that his co-defendant had basically took the plea. So basically we know she's rolling over on him.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
given.
Well,
She's
we knew
sung
that
like
from
a
when she
canary.
went to court.
Yeah.
When she went to court with Bianca and Bianca said she wants to come in on a proffer,
Hmm.
that was already said a year ago.
Right.
So go back to that bail hearing when Bianca did the presentation with all
Let
her
me tell
reference
you,
letters and
it
all of
goes back
that.
even
Yeah.
further than that because they probably came to her. They deliberately put her in the worst conditions so that
Mm.
she could. Because at the time when they probably talked to her
Mm.
when they first arrested her, and she was tight-lipped, so they're like, okay, we'll put you a couple of weeks or a couple of months or however long it
Yeah,
takes
we'll
for
come
you to
back.
open your mouth in the worst
Mhm.
conditions. And then they came and asked her, and that's how she got out. She didn't get out on no sick plea. She got out because she was willing to talk. Because you imagine all the people that are in there that are sick, got beat up, and everything else. They're still there. So
Yeah.
she came out because she was willing to talk. She got an attorney. Attorney wrote it up. They came up with this. She knew she was sitting pretty for over a year, knowing that she was going to take a plea.
Mhm.
Same
Yeah.
thing with now. As we've been developing things since the beginning of this, I'm going to say Shirley's hands are not clean in this, right? Now, the reason why I say they're not clean is because maybe Shirley is not as proficient or as aware of how to do fraud like her husband is, right? But the fact is, she was complacent with some of the things that he was doing and knowing that he was cutting a little bit of corners because she liked the perks that came from it. So with her, she also rolled over on him. So we're going to find out that she probably talked, her acting this innocent talk, like, I don't know what's going on or I'm not aware of things. No, honey, You know what you're laying next to. But,
Mm.
you know, so at this point, now Ernest is just out there by himself. Now, what the last caller said, is he going to take the stand? Everything. I mean, he's not taking the stand. He'd be stupid to take the stand in his own defense. They can come up with enough evidence to break down some of those charges. Now, I don't think he's going to be charged with everything he has in there because half his witness list is kind of shady themselves. So they have enough to basically break down everybody's integrity, including their main witness, who's Erica. So he's going to get some time. I don't think it's going to be in the tens of years. I think it might be 5 years. She got 5 years probation. He's getting 5 years, right? On this, because now the essay and the other charges and everything, I'm not quite sure about that stuff, you know. And I really think one of the charges, and I've been contemplating and thinking about this since the start of this. One of the charges, and I'm going to say the CP charge, right? The grape charge, I'm not sure about that one because he's being very tight-lipped and he's not saying too much other than the fact that, you know, he knew the girl's father, whatever, right? But for that particular charge with those right there, I believe him when he said that the police have basically set him up on that. And I think they did do that to keep him in there because there's no other way they could have kept him in jail as long as they had on just the charges they had. He would have had full bail on any of those things. So I do believe at the last minute, they're going to pull that charge back off of him. So as a reason to keep him there, because he is definitely a flight risk. He's a tender swindler for sure. Tender swindler, they can't catch him, and he's in a whole nother country. I believe he would have got a fake passport. He would have got on the next plane smoking at another country and been sitting there, and you would have never been able to catch him.
That's a great point. I don't think he stands a chance of getting out no matter what. He has over $1 million bail right now.
Right.
And
But the
anything
over $1
else
million bail is based off of the SA charges. You know what I mean?
Well, yes, but he hasn't even gotten all of the bail on the current charges. They're not even, I don't want to say that they're not entertaining that. He has some bail on some of them, but they brought back some charges and those charges don't have bail. He's not eligible for bail right now.
No, he isn't.
He has bail on some things, but there's things he does not have bail on, which are the charges that they brought back and have now brought into
But mark my
current
words, at the
RICO.
very last minute, they're going to be pulling those charges back. Because the fact is, they need to have him. They need to keep him where he's at up until trial. If they give him,
I mean, I'm not exactly understanding like what you mean by that, but I don't think he's not going anywhere. I don't think they're going to let him out. He's not getting out.
No, I agree
He
with
doesn't
that.
have the money. Yeah.
Well, he'll come up with the money because, like I told you before, he got a Myrtle or a Filma somewhere waiting in the wings.
Okay.
He got somebody in his back pocket, you know. He has some old lady in his back pocket somewhere. Somebody might be sending some oodles and noodles besides
somebody. Okay.
besides Sonia.
Sonia, someone is trying to get your time.
Yeah,
Sis,
so
very interesting thoughts you have.
Right.
I'm here for it on a Friday.
She's just a spokesperson for them. But, you know, Thelma and Myrtle, trust me, they waiting in the wings, just like somebody's waiting in the wings to see if R. Kelly's going to get out. He has a plethora of women, from my understanding, that's sending him letters and things like that. So there's somebody waiting. There's somebody waiting. He might look downtrodden right now, but let's put out there, the man looks good in suit.
Ain't nobody worried about Nesto. Ain't nobody worried about Nesto. And if they are, I promise you they're not here.
No, they're not here. They're in here, but he's got somebody waiting there. So all it takes is him getting him out one day, scrub him up a little bit, and he looks back good in a suit. As long as he doesn't open his mouth, it's fine. And of course, and he's a freak too. These old women are waiting for that. Trust me.
Okay. Shanna, thank you so much for calling, sis.
Bye.
Take care, hon. All right, bye-bye. Ooh. Hi, Vicky.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Vicky. We're going to have to keep them to 5 minutes. You want me to circle back to you? Okay.
I already
Go ahead,
got my
hon.
timer set, girl.
You got your timer set? Okay, baby.
Yes. So
yes.
I have experience in fulfilling subpoenas, like from banks. So I really wanted you.
Okay.
I know that you're going to go in depth with the witness list. I was asking earlier, I think you missed my question. How many of them are entities and how many of them are actual, like, witness slash possible victims.
I mean,
I know
what
you.
I noticed initially, hold on a second. What I noticed initially, let's see. Entities initially, so custodian of, well, entity, quote unquote. Let's see, custodian of records of Bank of America, custodian of records of Barclays, Big Tex Trailers. Then you've got Division of Motor Vehicles, California Department of Motor Vehicles, California Secretary of State, Chase Bank, custodian of records of Cobb County Probate Court, excuse me, custodian of records of DeKalb County, custodian of records of Family First Credit Union, custodian of records, Fulton County Magistrate, custodian of records of Fulton County Probate, custodian of records, Georgia Department of Revenue, custodian of records of Lara Trucks Incorporated, custodian of records of Navy Federal Credit Union, custodian of records of Palmer Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram, custodian of records, Precinct 1 Auto Sales, custodian of records, Premium Coach Group, custodian of records, Truist Financials, another North Carolina bank, custodian of records, Wade Ford, custodian of records, Wells Fargo, okay, custodian of records, Wildcat RV. Okay,
So, like,
a lot.
I've fulfilled subpoenas for Fonnie Willis's office.
Hmm.
They asked for everything, like
Hmm.
down to
Hmm.
the IP addresses, the phone calls.
Yeah.
Like, what did that woman think she was going to get by getting power of attorney? Like, to go down and get those quote unquote big bank statements. That's where I'm.
She doesn't understand what the scope of a records request to a, so there's some things that could be easily attainable. So let's just say you have a funds transfer, right? And like you said, to your point, IP addresses, so fund to fund, so wire transfers, or even if they fulfilled a Zelle, because there were Zelle payments that were done through Bank of America, they may not give, they're going to give everything that they're able to give, without breaching someone else's privacy. And even if they have to redact certain things, they're going to give all of that information. Was it done from mobile? Was it done from a computer? Like you said, IP addresses. What were the transaction numbers? What time was the money sent? What was the time was the money received? All of those things. Was there like all of those things? Everything is going to be delivered. Sonia could never get all of that.
It just boggles my mind that she was like that she was trying to fight this case, and now that we have it laid out, and Erica, we know for a fact that Erica has cut the sweetest deal, that she really thought that she was going to fight his case without knowing anything, and now we know pretty much almost everything, and they are gonna baptize him. And what I've learned today is that it pays to be the HBIC. So I know Erica's a crook, but kudos to her. She talked first. She got the sweetest deal.
Mm.
And I thank you for letting me come up, girl.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vicky. Okay. Take care.
Have a good one.
Okay. Legacy Moon. Okay, there you go. Hey, Legacy.
Hi, Bougie Gang.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. I hope you are.
Yes. I wanted to know your opinion of Erica because I found her responses. I found her to be like disassociated, even though she said I pled guilty, but it's like she's disassociated with what she's done, and I just found the whole thing sociopathic.
Well, keep in mind, okay, this is my opinion. She was outside on the front stoop of the courthouse. Is she supposed, you know what I'm saying? Number one,
Yes.
she's free. There's a certain amount of cleansing that comes with letting, like Joey said, casting aside your burdens. Now, doesn't mean that she's done with the shits for life, but I don't know. I don't expect someone to just be crying. Like, she could save that for court. If she feels some type of way when she gets to court, but what I think that would be very kind of weird for to meet a woman who is coming to you as an attorney and as someone who is trying to get a story from you, and you're sitting there boo-hoo sobbing. I mean, there are some people who handle their emotions that way, but everyone is not like that. Some people do have delayed emotions. Some people are emotionless. I mean, we don't really know. We don't know her. But I think
Yeah.
to think that it's not like she just got like she murdered somebody. She has done a lot of wrong, and she admitted guilt. So would people be more mad or less mad if she claimed not guilty? She took a deal to be able to give evidence that's going to help convict someone who's done more wrong. You know what I mean? She
Yes.
might be happy. A
Well,
get out of jail free card, I would be like, sis, I'm getting ready to go have some lunch with my husband and I'm getting ready. Like, you know what I mean? Any more questions? I would be happy. There's nothing like the fact that she's happy. I don't know that she needs to be sad for us.
yeah. Well, I didn't
She can be
expect her to
sad
be
when she's in front of
sad.
the victims.
It was just, I don't know, that exchange was just kind of weird. And I
She's
mean, I
not,
know.
she's a strange woman a little bit, but I don't think that it was giving. I don't think she wasn't twerking. She wasn't
No.
acting weird. She was sitting there calm. Pam asked her a question. She said, I'm going to need to ask my lawyer. I found her very calm, cool, and collected, actually. She
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah, she
poised
was.
per se, but I found her quite calm.
I was also looking at this morning. I was looking at some photos, and it, I think she looks the same on even now. I think she looks the same
She
as
looks the
she
same to
has.
me. That's Erica
Yeah,
King.
yeah, but it's almost like she looks the same, but it's almost like when I was looking at the photos, I was seeing different people who look the same, but maybe I'm thinking
She's
different
about a
personalities.
100 pounds heavier. Do you see how big she got?
Yeah, yeah.
She went
Mm-hmm.
for there's some pictures of her where she's like 140 pounds and she's gone clearly about maybe even 250. That's 110 pounds. That's a lot of weight. And some people don't look exactly the same when they gain a lot of weight. Go on YouTube and watch some of those videos where people go from 250 or 300 to 110 and you can't even recognize them.
Now that I know is true because that happened to me. So I know that you can become unrecognizable and even look at your own pictures and be like,
Now
that
your
doesn't look like
people
me.
will know it's you
But
because they know you, but people who don't know you, it's like,
mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But to people who really
Yes,
don't know you, it does look like a new person because you don't know those people. The people
right.
who know you and love you have the benefit of seeing you lose weight over a period of time. So they're watching every day that you're losing ounces and pounds. You know what I'm saying? But for us to see one picture and then to see another picture where she's put on weight and then she looks really disheveled in her mugshot, and then to go to this next picture where she looks like maybe she'd even put on a little bit more weight, but we know she's been ill and maybe she's just depressed. I mean, she's facing a lot of charges. She's been on hold for a long time. This is a lady who lost custody of her kid. She might be depressed about that. She has a strained relationship with her sister. We don't know what her life is. You know what I'm saying? So her
Mm-hmm.
putting on a bunch of weight, clearly something's going on, right?
Right.
So but her trying to make the best out of it and being happy to get a get out of jail free card, I'm not going to be sitting there sad. And the
Well,
fact
yeah, I
for the
wouldn't be
victims,
depressed either.
now
Do
for the
you?
victims, for her claiming guilty and for her helping put away Nesto,
Mm-hmm.
the victims might be happy with that. They might be satisfied with, okay, she was doing the bidding for this guy because he was really using your name. He was the one who was going to benefit the most from her pretending to, like April Holloway. She can't do this, she can't do that, she can't do whatever. But the person who was really benefiting from the fraud, which is this man, who was
Right.
trying to get out of jail, who was trying to get out of a lease of thousands and thousands of dollars. He's the one who's really going to pay. His wife had to pay a garnishment, but also the dispossessory, all of those things, the dispossessory that's on Shirley's credit, the monies that she had to pay, um, all of those things. So, it's really, yes, she did the crime, but ultimately some of these people did the bidding at the gain of that man who was riding around Atlanta in the Rolls Royce?
Okay, the last thing I want to say is that I was listening to, I mean, I knew that this is a RICO, so we know that there are probably many, many more people involved, and we don't know the prosecution's case. But in listening to you read all of the people who are who are on the witness list, it still blows my mind how this man has operated over, I would say, the last 20 years. It has been said by a lot of people, or they feel like Erica was the mastermind. What do you think about that? Do you think it was a 50-50 thing, or do you think that he was the head of all of this?
Uh, I don't think they would be hinging a RICO on him if she were the mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm going with my thought.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking she has enough information to at least for them to think that it's him.
Right.
On top of the fact that there are crimes that had nothing to do with her,
Right.
or maybe what
Exactly.
she had to do with, she was on the back end with the fake seals, the fake documents, the titles. So if she was washing titles or creating titles, it was because she was working for him.
Mm-hmm.
So again, who's got the most to gain from the fraud, or who was gaining the most from the fraud? Who
Right.
gained who gained from what you were doing, your dirty acts, your bad acts? Who gained from that? Yes, you
Right.
were frauding, yes, you were uttering, you were doing all kinds of things, but where was it going? It was going to Nesto. What was Nesto doing? He was selling stolen cars. He was da 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 da. He was trafficking vehicles. He was whatever he was doing. So I really don't see her as the mastermind. She might have been the smarter of the two, and that's why
Right.
she's not going to jail. But
Right.
doesn't mean that she's the mastermind. I mean, and she could have been leading from behind. She could have known he was a dummy the whole time. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that he isn't the one who organized this whole thing.
I mean, that was my opinion too, that he was the
Mhm.
one who organized. But I do know a lot of people, because of the way he talks and acts, a lot of people think it was Erica, and I just really don't think that it was her being the mastermind. So that's all I had. I just also want to
Okay.
let you know I'm getting ready to send you an Instagram on, I think, Real Talk Bougie.
Okay.
So okay,
All right. I'm
but
going to
thank
check
you.
everything after we're done. Okay.
Okay, all
All
right,
right.
thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Q.
Hey, how you
Oh,
doing?
Aquarius star. Is that maybe I have the wrong. Okay. Hey, Aquarius star, how are you? I was thinking you were our sis who does the tarot videos. Q.
Oh
Okay.
no,
When I read it, that's what I was thinking at first. But I'm like, wait a second, no, I was wrong. Okay, how are you, Aquarius star?
I'm good. How are you, Miss Franny?
I'm doing well. How's it going? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you
Let me
too.
say one thing real quick. Lonnie, I've got you next. Then Lion Mom, God bless, and Sean D. Um, and that's what I got so far stacked up. So okay. How are you? You said you were good.
I'm good. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Happy
Yeah, I
Friday.
kind of totally happy Friday. I totally kind of agree with Legacy Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's her name? Erica was
Mm-hmm.
kind of weird, creepy. I do actually believe that she put herself right there behind Pam. I think she is a total deviant. I think that
Mm-hmm.
she will go in there and she might throw the mic down. She might blame Shirley. Because the way she was saying, he was just trying to protect Shirley. All he was doing is like she was trying to subliminally throw Shirley up under the bus. To me,
Mm.
that's the way it seemed to me. Um,
Okay.
I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what Mr. Potato Head's doing up on the doggone list. Steve, he's just going to go
Oh
up there and
God,
try
you're
to
so
show out.
funny.
But I guess that we do need kind of a show. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, I don't think, and I was looking at your chat. Yeah, you got some people in there calling some people dumb. I don't think that's very, nice.
Who
Um,
calling each other?
yeah, calling, I think it was Legacy Moon about when she was saying something about psychoanalyzing people. I think that's what we all try to do when we look at these cases. We all try to, just pick up bits and pieces and, just try to see what it's all about. That's what we all trying to do. But
Okay.
that's all I wanted to say. I love your show,
Mm.
Franny. And
Thank you so much.
you're so welcome. And only the best survive.
Absolutely. Well, yes. I mean, look, Erica King is out here fighting for her. Like she's been fighting her whole life, and we'll
Erica
see.
King.
We'll see if she makes it through the gauntlet of the defense, questioning her, and of course, I'm sure they're gonna try to discredit her. We're gonna see how Nesto does. We're gonna see how everybody does in this whole thing, right?
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, Erica King is just a deviant. I won't be surprised if she get in there and throw Shirley up under the bus as being the mastermind.
Okay, look,
See you.
Lamont.
Bye.
No, I'm just kidding.
See you. Bye.
Okay, take care.
You too. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Lonnie. Hey,
Hey,
Lonnie.
hey,
Hi, sis. How are you?
I'm good.
Happy
I'll be,
Friday to you. Thank you for waiting. I
I
appreciate you.
no problem. I'll be super, super quick. I just wanted to clarify something real quick that one of the Bougie gang members had brought up like 4 people ago.
Okay.
Because we're investigators.
Mm-hmm.
The lady that had brought up about the Danielle and Diamonds shirt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I knew when she said it, I knew exactly what she was talking about. That actually is not affiliated with the Danielle Diamonds. That shirt, because I seen that same shirt that she's talking about. I seen Shirley have that on in her or on her Instagram. That
Is that the
actually is
shirt where
a
it says when you're in trouble, we're black?
no,
That's not that shirt?
no, the one that says the man and diamonds.
Okay.
And she
Okay.
okay.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't even know. The
Okay,
person said
okay. Well,
somebody
when you
was talking
see
about
it,
my live this morning. I don't even know if I'm gonna see
no,
it because
no,
I don't
no.
know. Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, today. That it was so many people ago, you may have forgot. She said she was gonna DM you the shirt. It was a shirt that she had on, and I think she was thinking that it was affiliated with Danielle and Diamonds when
Got
we were
it.
trying to
Got it.
figure out
Got
the
it.
name.
Okay.
But anyway, when you see your DM, then maybe it'll trigger your mind. But anyway,
Let me see.
that has
Okay.
nothing to do with Danielle and Diamonds, only because that's a clothing line, and I
Hmm.
know the
Okay.
people. It's a husband and wife who is, I guess you can say, a up and coming.
Oh, I've seen this before. That has nothing to do with that's not Danielle Diamonds. Okay. That has nothing
Yeah,
to do.
yeah, that's a
Look,
up and coming. That's the
let's
husband and
be
wife that owns
let's
that brand.
so to the person who sent this to me, I don't even want to say the name on Instagram because it might not be the same on YouTube, but the person who
Mhm.
sent me the picture of Shirley in the black shirt, when the blogger who has difficulty reading said Drannins or whatever, she was
Mhm.
trying to loop in. If you guys remember, she was trying to hang Sonya out in the bushes. Okay. She was trying to hang Sonya from the apple tree. Okay. And she was pondering the thought, could Sonya have had anything to do with the check writing over that
Mhm.
Galen Bickham did and was trying to loop in the misspelling that Nesto did of Danielle Diamonds into something that could remotely be
Right.
Durham, which
Mhm.
is pronounced Durham. Now, Drennan,
It's the man. It's the man.
oh,
That's how it's pronounced. Yeah.
Demand Diamonds it's not the same as Danielle Diamonds. Just from off the logo and what I've seen of Danielle Diamonds,
Mhm.
that doesn't immediately when I looked at it, I was like, that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Other than that's just a shirt she's wearing. But yeah, that's not the same thing.
Right. That's what I came up
Okay.
for. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. Sis wanted to clarify. You know what? It's important to keep the record clean. I appreciate that. That's, yes, absolutely. But yeah, that whole thing came up because there's a blogger who was looking for some tea, and I don't even understand how that came to be, but
Just dried up
right,
tea.
girl.
That made up tea.
Okay.
Manufactured tea.
Manufactured. I was trying to be nice. Manufactured tea. Okay, so you said what? Fake tea?
Yeah, fake tea manufactured.
Ah,
But yeah, I
okay.
just wanted to clarify that. And I was like, oh
Mhm.
no, because I know them that we're from the same city, and they've
Okay, so you're familiar with that brand.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
familiar with that brand, and that brand has nothing to do with Danielle Diamonds from
Right.
Atlanta.
Because when I seen it, I said, oh, okay,
Period.
they getting their name out there. Shirley Strawberry wearing their stuff. That's, so when she said the
Mhm.
name, and I was like, no, because it's Diva and Diamonds is the women's, and then the man in Diamonds is supposed to be for the men.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but
Eh,
that has nothing to do with
With Danielle. Yeah.
Danielle Diamonds and Ty
That's
the
all I
Jeweler.
wanted. And then real quick,
Okay. Mhm.
Erica King, I don't my mouth was dropped open when I seen her on Pam's
Girl,
live.
that was the shocker of the week. Pam did that.
And
Okay.
then I don't know if I believe everything that she said in her impromptu interview. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And I love that you
Well,
came on early with the breaking news with the witnesses.
period.
I
I
love that.
couldn't even focus. My mind was like, I can't. I couldn't. I was getting ready to do something else, but I said, I have to go over there late. I'm gonna have to just I gotta handle it in the order of what is most pressing at this
Right.
moment. And the other thing was not a breaking story. It was not a breaking story. So I was like, we can have some kikis tonight over on Love Lies and Lace Fronts. I gotta just stay focused on this right now.
Yeah, that was breaking news.
Yes, it was breaking news.
But
Definitely.
that's it. I'll let somebody else
Okay,
go
sis.
or whatever. But yeah, love your show. Love you.
Thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye bye.
Okay, take care. Okay. Let's see. I think we already talked Aquarius Star. We got Lion Mom. Hey, Lion Mom.
Hey, Bougie.
Hey, babe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Happy
I'm.
Friday.
Oh my God. Happy almost last week of school. Okay.
I know, right?
Girl.
It's summertime. It's the
Yes, I'm
summer.
so excited for that. So what's going
Well,
on?
I just had a couple things to say. The first one, I really think it's over for our boy Nasty Nesto. And
Mm-hmm.
this list of hold on, baby. This list of what are they witnesses that they have? When
It's
they go to court,
the witness
yes,
list.
they probably don't even call half of those people to the list. I mean to the stand.
Mhm.
These are just possibilities, but
Yeah, they're
they
on
don't.
it's like the reserve list of who we
Right,
may call. Yes.
right, and I'm on the phone, baby. They also wait. What was I saying? Oh yes,
You
and
said something.
the young lady said that half of his list are crooked people themselves, which is probably true, but they don't have to call those people. They've got records and all the evidence that they need. If they have the paper trail, they don't need to call those people.
Well, they still do need to have witnesses. I mean, they'll present the evidence, but you have to kind of make the evidence come alive because there's going to be people like me and you sitting in the witness stand who don't want to just see a piece of paper. They are going to need to explain the piece of paper. So if they say that, okay, this happened, then they're going to seat you there and then they're going to make it come alive and tell the story around it. So they may or may not bring everybody. They may bring more people. Um, I don't know that half the people on this list are crooked. I'm not going to say all that. But what we know is that a good portion of these people were victimized by Nesto and or were victims of a bad deal. So whether they're good people or not, if you do a business with somebody and you expect to get a return on what you pay for, then you should get what you pay for, right?
Right,
And they have
right.
every right to come forward and get justice for being out of a deal with someone that they trusted and someone who they went through all means necessary. Some of these people came to court. Some of these people filed lawsuits. He bought bogus attorneys to lawsuits. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So they,
yes.
but this list may not, this may be half the list. But they did say at the very beginning, and I'll read it again, I'll pull it up before we go. They did say that they reserve the right, the an unredacted version of the list, as well as additional witnesses, which may become necessary for the state to call at trial, will be timely provided to the defendants by the state no later than 10 days before trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
okay. Okay. And
Yeah. So
then
this is not the complete list.
also Erica. So my take on Erica, I just think that I think Sis is just an actress. Like I think she can change and morph and be anyone who she wants to be. Like that when I saw her on Pam's channel, I was clutching my pearls. But yeah, I mean, I think she's been in the game long enough. She's been doing this for decades. Like she knows what to say and what not to say, and we haven't heard a peep from her. You know, I think when it comes from that part, she's smarter than Nesto. But I just think that she knows how to play the role because I saw this Charleston White interview, and allegedly what she did to him. I mean, her husband's in on it, and it was a whole. It blew my mind.
Well, and keep in mind, so that's where I mean, I agree because when her answer to the intellect who was there, aka the Bougie Gang member too, who came through, who said, what about the Charleston White stuff? And she said, oh, he was just trying to go viral. I mean, that was a very odd answer for I don't know him or I don't know what he's talking about or I don't know them folks, whatever. It was an odd answer. So there's more to that Erica King story, but this is what I firmly believe. She's providing results. If she was not providing results to the prosecutors on how to get to this guy, they would not have given her what they gave her. They just wouldn't have. There's no value in just throwing deals at people. They don't mind
Mm-hmm.
giving people major time. That woman got the deal that she got because she has been able to provide some information that is already yielding results. And they are banking on her continuing to do that, or she's going to go to jail. That's pretty much it. She's already claimed guilty.
Yeah.
So if she doesn't follow through to the letter of this agreement, which she already decided to accept, and once it is accepted, someone said it's not signed yet. When it's signed, she's going to be held to it. And if she doesn't produce what they want from her, it's going to be a problem.
Right. If she
Yeah.
already hasn't, she probably has
No,
already sat down
she
with them.
has to have. She has to. There is a warrant where they already did state that they'd already interviewed her.
Ah.
So there's a warrant that we'd already read where they talked about an interview with Erica. So they've already talked to her and I'm sure they've
Okay.
talked to her numerous times. She's providing information. We're going into 2 years now. She's been out of jail since October last she's been out of jail since October of what 22 maybe. She went in July. She was there for roughly 6 months. So maybe she got out in February. I have to look and check the dates, but she was in there for about 6 or 7 months. So she went in July. She was there till I guess January, February, somewhere around that time. And she's had quite a long time. She's had over a year out. So she's been talking to them, definitely.
Right. Right. And
Her
I think
lawyer,
some of
uh-huh.
us might have been expecting her to throw him under the bus publicly to us.
There's
I
a
kind of
whole trial that has to happen. Why everybody cannot act a complete fool and just do it for
like
the gram. Like there's a
right.
whole 25, there's a lot of people who are banking on the people who are coming forward with evidence to make sure they get justice. As much as I love Ratchet, we gotta the fact if she would have acted a fool, then she would have acted a fool. I would have enjoyed it. But at the end of the day, if she doesn't want to get disqualified as a witness and someone who's getting a deal, it's best that she act accordingly.
Right. Right. And let's see, the last thing I just wanted to say was about our girl Shirley, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think Shirley was just, I don't want to say dumb, but just like in love and just oblivious. I think he was running circles around Shirley.
I think that's fair. That's what basically what Fonnie said today. She said
Okay.
she was a woman who got married, who was in love, and didn't realize that she was being used. And I mean, they're going to illustrate the whole case. They're going to walk us through the narrative bit by bit. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna get a chance to see all that play out. I mean, Shirley may have been also dumb. She may have also turned. I think Shirley did a lot of things. She turned a blind eye. She may have been naive. She may have been digmatized. She may have
Uh-huh.
been stupid. She may have been a lot of different things. But um, as the law sees it on today, as far as her being on the victim list, on as her being the go-to, she is front and center of the narrative of this Rico with Nesto. They said he is basically a romance scammer, and he married the co-host of the Steve Harvey show, Shirley Strawberry. She whatever she could have turned a blind eye to, they're not worried about that as much as they're worried about him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And do you think he will finally shut up? Do you think
No,
no?
no, no. He was over there. The blogger was over there the other day doing a visit. So as soon as
Oh
it
my
comes, we're gonna talk
goodness.
about it as soon as it comes. I mean, I think she may have posted it already, but we're not, what I mean, we're not going over there.
Oh
At
my
least I'm
goodness.
not.
Well,
We'll talk about it when it comes in the mail.
right, right. So we still have Nesto and Sonia to they will provide the entertainment because I just think like at some point they got to realize this is not helping.
Look, I think he may feel like he needs to talk to somebody and he can't not talk on the phone. And you know what I'm saying? So
And she can't help but to talk about the case and the bloggers and
yeah, they're all frustrated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well thank you. I love your
Mom,
content
oh,
and
thank you.
you
I
have a great
appreciate you.
weekend. If I don't talk to you this summer, enjoy your summer.
Oh, you'll call in soon. Make sure to call in.
I will. I
Absolutely call
will.
in.
I
Absolutely. If you
will.
call in once, you got to call in 10 more times.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
friend.
Take
All right.
care. All right. Bye bye. Okay. God bless.
Oh, oh,
Hey, God bless. Wait
hey.
1 second. We got Sean next and we got Honeybee coming up. Okay. Okay. God bless. What's going on, sis?
Oh, thank you for accepting my call. This is my first time calling. I'm a new subscriber,
Yay. Yay.
and I love your show. I just want to say this. Um, Nesto is a very interesting character. I'm gonna be very brief. I think this man, even though he comes off as the country bunker, um, this man is very intelligent because he really picks on the insecurities or the weakness of the people that he kind of recruit to do his nasty dealings. And I'm gonna use an example. Sonya is not the most intelligent person, but he makes her feel that she is young and beautiful. And
Mm.
she is on the same level of Oprah Winfrey. She can do big things. Okay, he peeps that about her. When it comes to Shirley Strawberry, let's just be honest. Shirley Strawberry cares about appearance. She cares about I want to look like how the Joneses look. That's why a woman who just by herself is going to get a house that's over 6,000 square feet and you can't afford the rent is about appearance. So he peeped that. Erica is full of herself. That's the reason why he chose her to be the front person, to act like a fake attorney. Now, if you did it once, why would you do the second time? Erica is not this mastermind like she's American greed, like a lot of people think she is. Okay. This man may not be smart
Hmm.
on paper, but he can peep you intellectually and see your weakness. And that's why these women participate in it. I do believe this. I think in the beginning, Shirley Strawberry may wanted love, and she was at her age and she found love and she thought it was a wonderful thing. But if you was married to somebody for 7, 8 years, you kind of know their nature. After a while, she wanted to look like she was somebody big too. So she covered her eyes when she knew her man was doing dirt. I truly believe that. I'm not saying that she's not a victim, but I believe that she intentionally covered her eyes because she wanted to look good in front of her celebrity friends. Because while her celebrity friends is baking in $10 million or $12 million a year, she was still making good money. But compared to them, she couldn't live up to that, and she wanted to. I I may be wrong, um, but I think that I truly do believe that. I think that's why he gassed up. Like for example, Erica, he said the Queen of the South. Well, he peeped that she likes that type of attention.
Mm-hmm.
That she's
So he knows,
cocky.
he knows how to play up to people to kind of disarm their defenses, and also, some people their love language is a little bit of gas up. So yeah, he gasses you up. I hear what you're saying. He knows people's either weak points or strong points, and the way to get what he wants out of them. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, and that's why with Bonitail, we know Bonitail is not a smart woman. God bless her, she's just not a smart woman. But when she made comments like, "Oh, and you see, we made a 50% of Mars, and all they got to do is take a picture, and then find out you was in L.A." in 2022, and he was like, "Oh, girl, you got it good. You know what you're talking about."
Bingo, bingo.
That's the con.
Bingo. You have a good point. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a reason why I say this. But I want to say this. I love your show, but can you please do this? I have a son that's nonverbal, and he says few words. And every time you say the word shackles, when you say it like that, he repeats it. If you
That
can say,
shackle.
okay,
That
can you say one more time for my little boy?
What's your little boy's name?
Oh, his name is CJ.
Hi, CJ. Hey, CJ. We are a bunch of working ladies getting our checks on a Friday. Okay, we are all at work and we are doing our thing. So, and be sweet to mommy. Mommy gonna be sweet to you.
Thank you so much. He is laughing
Okay.
so hard.
Oh, bye, CJ.
Bye bye.
Okay, shouts out to CJ, everybody. Okay, y'all take care now. Happy Friday. Sean D. Hey, what's
Hi,
going on?
Fran. Thank you
I
for.
had to when I saw that D. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
being
you for.
silly now.
Okay. All right. Thank you for having me on. I concur with what pretty much has already been said in regard to surprises about seeing Erica. Her appearance looks different, of course, and the number of witnesses that they are, planning on calling for. Those were major surprises to me. But I wanted to ask you, because I wasn't in the loop when this all first began. When Shirley's wages were garnished, was it due to the home that her and Nesto were living in prior to him going to jail, or was it for another property? Do you know?
Okay, you said the home that they were living in prior to him going to jail?
Yes.
So they had been evicted from 2155. Somehow a lease got into place at Pine Grove Road, but Shirley was living in a hotel. Then she moved in with Tasha and Ronald, but Nesto allegedly was living in one of his motor coaches. So he
Okay.
was back and forth. They were staying in between hotels, if you can believe it. And Pine Grove Road had been leased, but they say they weren't going to live there. So I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that part of the story, but allegedly they never lived there, which I believe that they did not live there because it doesn't appear that Shirley ever moved in. Um, they say he was living in the bus. She was staying in hotels. I guess they were trying to find a new place.
Mhm.
And she was staying in a hotel. And then when he got arrested, she moved in with Tasha and Ronald.
So it feels like she didn't know anything about the garnishment until it like hit her. Like he had all of her information and he went to court and Erica represented him like as the husband because she probably maybe said she couldn't get off work or was traveling. Is that kind of
This is what I'm gonna say. Um, It doesn't appear so there Shirley was looped into some of those emails and there was correspondence with Shirley's name on it. I don't believe Shirley ever wrote any of those letters or
okay?
corresponded with those people directly. I don't even know if that was her legit email address
Okay.
or if it was maybe Nesta was intercepting those emails quite possibly
Okay.
regarding in between the actual eviction due to a lease violation which was someone living there who was not on the lease, which was her husband, was
Mm-hmm.
not on the lease. He's also a
Oh.
felon, so he might not have been able to be on the lease. And they just
Oh.
assumed he would never, there's a lot of people who live places and the boyfriend moves in and you never put them on the lease. That's basically how I take it.
Okay.
She and also they probably purposefully didn't put him on there because he was a felon.
Okay.
And he probably wouldn't have passed the background for that 800 square foot neighborhood they lived in because that's how big that house was. It was like 700 and it was not 7,000 plus. It was almost 8,000 square feet.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so between the dispossessory and them living at the final move out. I need to go back and backtrack and see when the final move out was, if I can see that. It may have
Mm-hmm.
just been a handful of months. So they were staying, she was at a hotel and maybe she was traveling for work at the time. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But by the time he got arrested, soon after she moves in with Tasha and Ronald.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
was he was traveling around being a Rolling Stone like he'd been doing.
Okay. It just seems and I feel bad for her, anybody in that situation, for as mature of a woman as she appears to be. And then we're talking about age that, you didn't see any of this. And it felt like he was handling like all the affairs financially. Cause I was wondering, so, like, okay, we end up in a hotel and you're in your motor coach because we're being evicted. So all these months she didn't know that the rent wasn't being paid. It's just like beyond me. I mean, I'm divorced, but I knew everything. I knew every dime that
But
went
you're
in.
benchmarking against you. We got to remember Shirley is is not you.
Okay.
Shirley may not have been paying attention to finances anyway. It seems, and this is a judgment, it seems Shirley's finances were in a suspect place even before she met Nesto.
Mm-hmm.
So Shirley may not have ever been good with finances. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. On
Yeah.
top of that, if your man tells you the rent is paid and you don't pay attention to the finances anyway, I mean, she might have just assumed he paid him.
That's true.
I mean, I can't answer for her because I know none of these people, and we could come up with 10 different scenarios, but we really don't know. What we know are the facts. The facts is the rent wasn't being paid, and the
Mm-hmm.
facts are is that Shirley was the only one on the lease, but Nesto and his people, we'll say Nesto, was the only one really communicating with those people. And what she knew, we don't know, but we will find out because they're going to have to interview her. Forget about interview. They're going to have to make this story come alive. And she is a very key component of this, at least certain aspects of this story as it pertains to his fraud with her, the marriage, all of the financial misdeeds that he did that interwove her name in it. She's gonna have to sit and talk about it.
Yeah. Wow. Um, then I'll
And they
just
even brought her boss into it. Can you hold on for me just one
yes,
second? Let me grab one of my
yes,
dogs.
yes.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. Thank you for
No,
waiting for me. Okay, Sean, go ahead.
no, that's all I was gonna say. I was just,
Okay.
it was mainly about, the garnishment, because I'm thinking, oh my God, how could you not know? And then I said, well, I bet you maybe he had Erica sign or
Now,
whoever.
I don't that's just talk on the YouTube streets. I've never seen anything of Shirley saying anything about not knowing about the eviction until she got garnished. That's talk on the streets. I don't know that anyone's ever said that. She has a
Oh,
garnishment. Um, I'm sure she knew they got evicted. I don't know when she found out about the eviction, but when they got evicted for lease violation and non-payment of rent, I'm sure she had to understand at a certain point that bill would have to be paid. So
right.
I'm sure she found out eventually because the lawsuit was going on when he first got incarcerated, like it was already happening.
Okay.
And I'm sure that once he got arrested, those summons and things like that, she probably became painfully aware um once he went to jail. She
Okay.
never talked about it on the phone calls. Why? I don't know.
Okay.
We never, but you heard her say things like, I'm just not going to have any money. And
Right.
he knew why. I mean, sis had taxes in California, Georgia, federal taxes to pay. She defaulted on her bankruptcy. So that didn't end up coming through, like wiping, her
Mm,
credit.
yeah.
Um, ma'am had a pretty nice salary, but ma'am also has pretty hefty bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, not to
Mm,
feel sorry for her because she's
yeah.
grown. She should have
Yeah.
been in control and aware of her finances, and hopefully that's something that she has taken away from this experience, but, you know.
Right. Well, thank you so much for taking my
Okay.
call, and I do enjoy
Absolutely.
listening to you. So have a
Oh,
wonderful
thank you
day.
so much. I appreciate you so much, Sean. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Okay, take care. Honeybee has been patiently waiting. Autumn, I see you next, okay, hun? Hi, Honeybee.
Hi, Fran. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm kind of a little bit under weather, but wanted to tell you love the
Oh.
show.
Oh, thank you. I hope you feel better.
Thank you. I just have
Something is
one.
going around.
It really
Yeah,
is.
because I keep hearing low key some people have been really like weak and not feel, and our good sis has been a little bit under the weather. So, yeah, I feel like something is low key kind of circulating around. So, take
I
your
just
vitamin C,
quickly,
everybody.
I just quickly I wanted to say a couple of things.
Mhm.
When it comes to Erica, now to me, now this is where the mastermind come in at. She is a mastermind of documents because she's not. Ernest is in this thing big time because of Shirley, as far as it's, this being like a real big thing, plus the things he did. But he's not the only one that benefited for her forgeries because even the DA was impressed on how close. I mean, just like, oh my God, the brilliance of it. Nesto, though, on the other hand, he took his stuff to the skin game and everything else that came with that, even the dastardly charges that he have. You know what I'm saying? And getting close to
Mhm.
those women, speaking the sweet nothings, appealing to their vulnerabilities to get their monies and everything like that. So that's my take over it. So she was the mastermind in the documents. But when it came to the other things and him going to places, going to the women, bilking them, and even a few men out of their monies and stuff like that, he did that, statewide and all that kind of things, So that's how I'm looking at that. She's the mastermind of the documents and of course the impersonation of the attorneys, but the other mastermind into the other things when it comes to getting people separated from their monies, that was Nesto. That's
Mhm.
just my opinion.
Right. I got you.
So
I
that's all
think
I
so.
wanted to say.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you. I appreciate that perspective. I mean, Erica is a smart woman. There's no doubt. I mean, to be
Hmm.
able to kind of become something that you're not
Hmm.
with no formal education. I mean, she wasn't just representing herself. She was pretending to be a lawyer and actually fighting
Yes.
cases and creating documentation. So absolutely. But Yeah, so I mean, it's not even a but. It's yes, absolutely. I just don't think that that's what they consider like mastermind or the head. That's why she's not in the RICO. She's not in the
Right.
RICO because they don't feel like she was bringing that she was really as much a part of the enterprise. She might have been into her own thing. She may have had
Mm-hmm.
her own side hustle that they're not, because there are some things. If you we'll go back and look at Erica King and we'll talk about a couple of things, but there's about 10 things in her indictment that
Mm-hmm.
were not presented to the grand jury that
Okay.
maybe are the reason, or they're just like, okay, if you do this or you give us Nesto,
Mm-hmm.
then we're going to we're not going to pursue these, maybe, and maybe they don't have enough evidence on those. I don't know, I'm
Right.
just kind of speculating.
Yes.
But there are things that are on her indictment that clearly say not presented to the grand jury. I feel like we looked at that, but we didn't go in depth on it. But now
Right.
that we know a little bit more, maybe they are holding things out for the future. Because if you fuck around and don't give
Mm-hmm.
us what we want, what we're asking for, what we need to handle this business, then we're
Yes.
gonna come back for you on everything. How about that?
Right. I agree. I just want to say thank you again, and
You're
you're doing
welcome. Thank
awesome.
you.
And congrats to the baby's
Oh,
accomplishment.
thank you. Oh my God, this year of school was amazing. And I feel like I went through it all with her. We had a great year. Just me participating in a lot more mom things just because of my schedule. I would just really I really appreciated it so much. It's
Yes.
been a great school year this year. So
Okay.
thank
Well,
you,
have a good
sis.
weekend, and I will be looking for that live when you come live. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care, hon. Bye-bye. Okay, we've got our sis Autumn's mom. Hey, boo
Hi,
boo. How are you?
how you doing? Hi, everybody. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And once I wanted to add to what the last caller said, congratulations to you, mom, and your
Oh,
daughter
thank you.
on her academic achievements.
Thank you. It's been a great ride this year. So we really enjoyed it.
Enjoy it
So
while it
thank
lasts.
you.
It goes
Oh
so
my God.
fast. Okay. I came up because I wanted to ask some questions because I think I missed a couple things and I
Okay.
needed your help to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
I was wondering when you guys were just talking about these evictions and stuff, right? Trying to put everything together. Because we all know, I don't think anyone thinks that Shirley is a Sonia, meaning unintelligent, right? She
Mhm.
is, I believe, a wise woman. So, what would make this wise woman fall for the shenanigans of this guy is what I keep
Mm.
asking myself. It, and we know he's a scammer and he has this long line of people. So let's start with the evictions, right? Something in one of those phone calls, it keeps sticking with me. It sounded like to me, do you remember she mentioned something about needing to move out of the last house because of bugs?
That's what they said, but I don't know that that's true.
Okay.
I don't that's what they said. I don't,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That's what they said.
okay. Now remember when they said that, they did not know those calls were being recorded. So they had no reason to lie. So it led me to believe, now that we know all that we know he has access to people that forge documents. We know that he was a scammer, a liar, this, that, and the third. It's possible she might not have even known about being up for eviction because he went to this eviction procedure with Erica posing as a lawyer, which if everything was on the up and up, you would just get a real lawyer, right? So let's go back to what she said. It sounded like she thought she had to move because of bugs, right? We know he plays on women's insecurities. So is it possible, this is what I'm thinking, that he never told her they were getting evicted? And to me, knowing how messed up his mind is, he might have tried to save it by going to court, saving the place, knowing he wasn't paying the bills, and knew, okay, now I lost this case, we have to move from this property. She knew nothing about it. So how am I going to what reason am I going to come up with why we have to move all of a sudden, right? So it sounded like that phone call, it sounded like there was an infestation of bugs, which we know from Shirley's personality, I would have been out too, right? So, do you think this creep went and got some bugs and put it in
Oh
the
my
house
God.
to make her think that it was infested in bugs? And that's why we have to go to this hotel and I'll stay in the van and you'll stay there. And she had no idea. I think I wouldn't be surprised if this comes out in trial. Also, with this marriage certificate, if the last caller with her stating how Erica is a master of documents, and now we know she knew him back to when he was married to Carol Lamar, right? Um, do you think that she was in on the scheme of the bigamy? Because Shirley would, I would assume, no matter whether the marriage certificate was mailed and this, that, and the third, somebody presented Shirley with a marriage certificate that she thought she was married. I think that was a forgery.
Sis, I cannot. Let me tell like that's a lot. You're
Mhm.
including a lot of people. So you're saying that the DA,
Mm,
when they are charging him with false swearing
mhm.
and false application, you can only do a marriage license where? At City Hall, right?
Correct.
So
Mhm.
where would a false document come in if you go downtown to get a license?
Okay, the false swearing and stuff was when he signed that thing knowingly being still married. So that's right. That has nothing to do with the EA. The
Yeah,
charge
the
they
false
brought him up on is right. All I'm saying is, why would at the end of the day, how would Shirley have been fooled into thinking that she was married? Only thing I'm saying is that I believe he got Erica. You know, you get married, you go downtown, they then mail you the certificate or whatever, right? Or he would have said, "Oh, I'll go pick it up," and he didn't go downtown to pick nothing up. He went to
Okay,
Erica's
that
house.
but that doesn't have anything to they had a real marriage. They had a real that's why they're charging him with so if you're what you're saying is it was a fake marriage, then how is Fonnie Willis going there's one thing to think you're married and you're really not, and everything was fake. They applied for everything real. It
Right,
was filed in the probate court.
right,
Jasper Williams officiated the marriage, and they're
right.
filing him with bigamy because he was already married and he went through a legal ceremony, and
Correct,
that's why he's being charged with bigamy. If he was
correct.
doing the play paperwork, play ceremony, play everything, they she could probably get him for some type of a fraud, but bigamy wouldn't have come into play. You actually have to marry someone and be in the act of a legal next marriage to actually be accused of being a bigamist. You actually have to marry someone, which means he did marry Shirley, and it was a legal marriage technically, but he was not technically able to be married because he was already married to someone else. I
Okay,
think what kind of confuses people is, well, how then can you be married to two people? You can, and that's what he did, and it's illegal. He married another woman while he was married to another woman, while he was also married to another woman, technically, because he was also married, I believe, to Carol Lamar at the same time, but they didn't bring her up. This is
I
my
get
point. The
right.
marriages were legally
Done,
Erica's not part of
performed.
that. Erica's
Right.
not part of that.
No, I was okay. I think you misunderstood what I was trying to ask. I get that everything was legal. Shirley went to the justice of the, I mean, went down to the courthouse. They signed. That's where the false swearing comes in because he went down there knowingly being married and swear that he was single and he was eligible to marry her. Right. So then they give you the paperwork and then you have 30, 90 days, whatever, to complete a ceremony, which then they did. Right.
Right.
So that made it now this is because you had the ceremony, you went and got your certificate, whatever. That's how, in my mind, tell me if this is where I guess I'm missing it. Why was nobody ever able to find a marriage certificate that was registered Ernesto and Shirley?
Because it was
Like,
filed in the probate court. They went ahead and filed it in the probate court. Why they filed it in the probate court? Because maybe she felt like she's a celebrity and that would be a place that most people are not going to search for the marriage license. Most of the time it's filed with the justice of the peace. Hers was
mhm.
filed in the probate court.
Okay, I guess that, so then that is the part that I was missing, that someone does know why we can't find the certificate for her
It
and
was
sure
filed in the
for him and
office
sure.
of the probate.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now,
that's what
okay,
it
that was
says.
the piece that I was missing because I'm like trying to fill in a gap for myself as to why would they have gone through all of this, and it seems like it was legitimate, and at the end of the day, it not be. To me, I thought that he would have had her being Erica, falsify a document to present to Shirley, knowing he never mailed it in. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, I don't, that's not what it is. Yeah, they
Okay.
actually were legally married,
Okay.
to a certain degree. He wasn't legally married, but they had a legal ceremony, papers, everything. He was not in a position to be married, and that's where the marriage became fraudulent.
Okay.
However, she did legally get married. She was frauded, and he's now being accused of being a bigamist.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
what do you think about the house scenario with the evictions?
I don't look, if he look, I don't want to introduce a bunch of stuff that, like, I don't want to make up stories. So
Mhm.
everybody can speculate all they want, because I got to be responsible. I don't want to go too far to the left. I think that's
Mhm.
an interesting theory, so I
Mhm.
respect it. Absolutely. I'm not going
Mhm.
to run with it. What I'm going to
Okay.
say is this is the South. They
Mhm.
lived in a wooded lot. I lived on a very wooded lot before. I lived at around a house that had a lot of trees. And
Mhm.
those type of bugs come in. I don't know where you are, but everywhere has their problems and their pests, right? He said when it would rain, they would get the palmetto bugs, the wood roaches, right? Or the whatever they call them, the big ones, right? We
Mhm.
call them palmetto bugs down here, or I forget what else they call them. June bugs, they call them all different kinds of things, right? Um, they said that's when they would come in. If water bugs, if you see, there are people who see one bug and they are disturbed for 20 years.
That's me.
So I don't really know. Me, I
Mhm.
was a homeowner by myself before my husband, my boyfriend, aka became my husband, moved in,
Mhm.
and I had to deal with being a homeowner by myself, learning how to use a broom and some raid and to kill whatever girl, whatever came in. Okay. A
Mhm.
spider,
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. I don't know what Shirley's made of. Shirley
Mhm.
seems to not be tough. Okay. She might
Mhm.
be tough in other ways, but I don't really know. It could have been one bug. I don't know that that's something to really put the linchpin on as to why they chose to be evicted, outside of these are people who have a history of not paying rent. So we could come up with six different ways to Sundays on why someone who is used to being evicted gets evicted. But these are people, including Shirley, who has had a long history of evictions. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of
I
the
guess
day,
this wasn't
Shirley's
their
no
first
different.
rodeo.
Yeah, this
Mhm.
Shirley's no different from me and you, but the difference between me and you, I've never been evicted from anywhere. I pay my bills.
Neither
You know what
have
I'm
I.
saying?
Yes. Mhm.
Shirley is a woman like everybody else, but Shirley, if you know, Shirley, that might just be an option.
Mhm.
That might
Mhm.
just be an option. There are people who live from pillar to post, and pillar to post might be a fancy pillar to post, but she might be on some pillar to post, and she might just be on some bad credit.
I
Shirley was sitting there fighting for a 620 credit score, which means it was probably somewhere in the 500s once upon a time. Like sis had financial issues. That's how she ended up with a guy like Nesto.
That's true. That's true. First, I want to apologize. I don't know if you hear my landscapers
No, not
would
at all.
come
It's okay.
while I'm on the phone. They should go to another side of the house in a minute, but I apologize. They seem to be right
You're fine. I
outside.
can't hear a word. I can't hear any of it.
Okay. No, okay. All right. That makes sense. And lastly, I guess everyone kept thinking or thinks that there's Shirley should have known something because of the amount of time that he wasn't around because he wasn't home a lot, this, that, and the third. But didn't it seem like he made it seem like he was running this security business that was taking him in and out of town and he had clients? Because remember, that's what he was telling different people on the phone when they was calling to ask for their money. He was like, oh, I'll have to call you back. I'm out of town with this one. I'm out of town with that one. I'm out of town, whatever. So it seemed like he made it seem like he had legitimate reasons for never being home because he was this traveling security guy for celebrities that could be anywhere at any given time. And if he was doing all this scheming and scamming and showing like he had
Okay.
money, right? Then
hmm
and was handling quote unquote the finances, that's probably all she was concerned about.
I can see that. I'm gonna have to take this answer offline because I have got to handle. I got to go pick up my daughter in about 20
Okay.
minutes. But I'll answer it. But is that your whole question? Like,
That's the
why
whole
was she
question.
okay with him not being home? Okay.
Mhm.
All right, sis. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. You have a
Okay.
wonderful weekend.
All right. Take care. Bye bye. Okay, real quick, and I'm here for the show behind stage. 1 second, sis. Real quick. Look, Shirley is a woman of a certain age and might like her space. And at the end of the day, if that worked for her, having her husband not be home, it may not have worked for her. Like, we're making an assumption here. Part of our speculation is an assumption that she was okay with it. She might not have been okay with it. She really might not have been okay with it. Some people are assuming that she was because he did it. How many times are you always in agreement with something someone does? People do what they want to do, right? So seems like her husband did what he wanted to do. Okay. I'm here for the show. I'm so sorry.
It,
I'm gonna have to cut it short. But how are you doing,
yeah, no
sis?
worries. I just wanted to say that I want everybody to remember whenever these people hit the stand, whether it's all of them or they're going to narrow it down, they're not just going to be able to come up there and just talk and talk and not get challenged on what they say. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they are definitely going to have to elaborate. They're going to have to be direct because we know Shirley loves to dance around an issue. So they're going to ask direct questions and you have to give direct answers. And then the other side is able to then cross examine you and try to catch you in lies or confuse you. So, a lot of the things I guess that we're asking about, we will eventually be able to hear both sides of the coin, whether it's their witness or the other side's witness.
Mm, that's true. Look, they're gonna have to be very specific.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna say answer what we ask you, and that
Exactly.
alone. They're not going to be able to go off on tangents and all of these things. And I think, here on the internet, we can speculate, we can surmise, we can do so many different kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is the truth. That's why I try not to go too far to the left or to the right. And also, I always try to stick with, look, I'm speculating right now because I don't know if that's true. I
Exactly.
really
Yeah.
try to stick with what we know, expand
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
All of this kind of trying to make up, you know,
Yeah. I
stuff,
mean, it's like
it can
real
take you
long,
so
drawn
far
out,
left
far
and
out.
everything.
Yeah,
And
like
I think,
things. Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna come out in the wash. I
it's
know
going to
we're
come out
all
eventually.
excited and we want to know right now, but the truth will be told. It's gonna be
Now,
interesting.
one day we can do a give me your wildest speculation
Yeah.
live, and people like, okay, the roaches, like he bought some roaches in, or this, that, and the third. But there are some things out here that have been said that I think have been said so much that people
Mhm.
think that that's a fact. And it's
That is
like,
true. Yeah.
that's not,
Yeah.
it could have happened. I personally do not know if that's fact.
Right.
That's why
Right.
you have never heard me say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I try to go
Yeah, we're
based on
all
what I know
speculating and it's
and not
alleged. Yeah.
exactly. If
Yeah.
it's yeah, absolutely. So thank you for calling that out. Thank you,
All
thank you, thank
right.
you for that.
Well, thank you for
Um,
having me up.
absolutely. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, sis.
All
Have a
right.
wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye.
Okay, take care. Guys, we are ending things with Sonia's hairline. Sonia's hairline. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo boo. You guys have gifted a lot. Thank you so much. Miss Piggy, hey boo. Um, okay, guys, let me click on everyone. I gotta go pick Boo Boo up from school. Let me say this. We got Muff's Moon. We got Nesto's erectile dysfunction. I'm R Light, Pepperoni 426 and Out the Bushes. You all got gifted. I hope that you enjoy that gifting our good sis Sonia's hairline. Secret Be Sweet. Thank you so much. Miss Piggy Braxton just gifted some friends. Secret Be Sweet, Gianni Lee, Miami Lady, thank you. Teddy's mom, thank you so much. Miss Piggy Braxton gifted, let's see how they came out. Dre's Runt Over Crocs, Nurse Wife Mom was already a member. Kiva Williams, TJ and TN, am blessed for life, and I am pretty damn gangster. Thank you so much. You all got gifted by the beautiful Miss Piggy Braxton. Okay. Miami Lady, Teddy's mom. Thank you for the member milestone, Kim K all day. Um, let's see, Kim K all day. KK Scorpio, I think Nesto may be used to CP and SA charges. May think may to use CP and SA charges. They are the charges he doesn't want in jail. He might ask the lawyer to try to get these dropped for a guilty plea. That's a possibility. But you know what I mean? Is that doing him a favor? If they already know he's guilty and they have a ton of evidence on him, they may not need it. I think we kind of, I don't know, maybe I underestimate the power of saving the state a buck, but we also know it's election season and Fani might want a feather in her cap and something to hold over. Really enjoyed this live today. Thank you so much, Sonia's hairline. I don't doubt that, KK Scorpio, because I mean, I don't doubt it. I just think that right now it's about I don't want to say it's about the show in a bad way because I'm a fan. At the end of the day, they have worked very hard to pull this case together and get a lot of information. And I don't know that they feel like they need that. If they've got the evidence, if they're coming with the stronger case, which is the RICO, and they got what they need, they don't need him to plead guilty to a RICO for them to take a shot on two weak cases. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he would take you know what I mean? Like, to your point, if he took the deal on the RICO and pled guilty, could you make the SA charges go away? They're not indicted yet, and I don't know if that's enough of a bargaining chip. I'm not sure. Let me think about that. I think that's a great question. Let me think about that. I don't know. I would love for our legal people to like see what they think about that. Um yeah, I think that's a great question. Let me screenshot that. Let me think about it cuz I can't like I want to think about it more. Like what would the state have to gain from that? But yes, that's a great question. Thank you for bubbling that up. All of our Bougie gang is so smart. Like, you guys are just incredible. I love this chat for so many reasons. This community at large is very smart, very smart women and men. And I appreciate the thoughts. You know what I mean? Even the out of the box, way out thoughts. It's interesting. It's still interesting, and it's interesting to think about because those possibilities are there. So never feel like anything you say is too outrageous. I think it's worth a thought, right? Now, why not? You know what I mean? Because this is the age of the unthinkable, right? There's a lot of stuff that we never thought would happen. So why not, right? You guys, I love you guys. Let me go handle my mom business. Let me go get my baby. It's Friday. She's going to be waiting. Thank you so much for all of the milestones, the stickers, the super chats, the gifting to friends. You guys fill my heart so much. So thank you so much, guys. I'm going to let y'all go. And I might come back later, but maybe not. We'll go back through the list on tomorrow. Okay. Slow. Did sis gift again? What? Okay. Jay Blake, you got gifted. I am here for the show. Got gifted. It's a great life. Got gifted. Honeybee, look at that. Got gifted. And Dr. Cassie. Dr. Cassie, you got gifted. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, take care, y'all. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys later on the YouTube streets. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning here for some coffee. And we're going to go back through the witness list and the indictment some more. Okay. Bye, guys. Take care.